Here another week at camp to prophesy the downfall of America and also bring out the prophecies of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But before we get started, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachak.
Double honors to our elders and apostles and great millstone. I want to say peace, safety, much love, and blessing to the occupants across the four corners of the earth that are pushing out this truth and truth and sincerity and putting their lives on the line to do so. All right, it's the first camp in June. It's June. I want to say that, man. You brothers know. If you know. All right, so hey, we're gonna get right into what this devil plan is, man. His plan is to CHIP the masses, well, everybody, because it tells you both small and great, rich and poor, all right, will be tempted, But we know that the majority of the people are just sheep following. So they're going to flock to the MOTB, all right, which is the CHIP, all right? But his ultimate goal is to have lordship over the elect, all right? Those that were handpicked and chosen by Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right? Those that were written from the book of life, okay? Those that will pass through those 12 gates, all right, from each 1,200 from each tribe, which makes up the 144,000, all right? That's his ultimate goal. You everyday people, your ordinary Edomites, Jakes, and whatever you are from the 18 nations, you're not what he's aiming to chip. He already know you're gonna take it, without a shadow of a doubt. Right? But he's trying to push things and subconsciously get the minds of the elect, all right? Because the scriptures tell you, if possible, he will deceive the very elect. But we know that it won't happen. Why? Because we have the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to know what this devil's coming with. All right? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, as it tells you in the first Corinthians. That second. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. And when you go into that word device, it goes into evil thoughts. We're privy to the evil thoughts of this devil and what he want to do, man, to the elect. All right? So we're going to get this.
It says, let no man deceive. So we're not going to be deceived by any means by Esau's foolery. The scriptures talk about the wiles of the devil. Yeah, we can see it. We can already see it because the Lord that gave us the gist of everything that's about to happen.
That's right.
And through measure, he gives us the details in between.
Yep. Hey, because we may seem to be not in the know because we're in the Clark Kent. We're in the Clark Kent state right now, man. We come out on Saturdays and push out videos, but we see you devils coming, man, from a mile away. That's right. All right? We're just blending in, right? You can call this camouflage, man. Right. It's deception, all right? Because, a few weeks, the captain was speaking about how to be a serpent, all right? You gotta serpent the serpent, all right? You gotta deceive the deceiver and be one step ahead of him, So let's look at real quick the book of Revelation.
Revelation chapter 13, verses 16, and it reads, Revelation 13 and 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast,
which the image of the beast is the philosophies, all right, the wine, all right, because in Revelation 17, America is spoken of as a whore, all right, that sitteth upon the beast. With a golden cup in his hand, and he's spreading that wine throughout the waters, which the waters represents the people, all different languages and tongues of people, all right? Because America is a cesspool, all right? It's a what's this shit called?
Melting pot.
A melting pot, water. Everybody come here and want to live the American dream that this devil has sold in deceit to all the other nations to make them think that America is just this great place to be, when all actuality America is bullshit, But he's packaged it nice and sold it to the masses of people, all right? And they've eaten it up or they've drunken it up, The scriptures tell you not to put wine to thy neighbor's mouth and force him to drink, all right? Which ultimately he did that to our people, man, all right? Because we're not a part of this devil. We're we're the total opposite of this devil. Two manner of people were in Rebecca's womb. All right, so we're nothing like what this devil is, but he has pushed it on our people through that wine and through that philosophy, which is the image of the beast spoken of right in Revelation 13. Go ahead.
Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Yeah, hey, and anybody that's outside of wanting to be a democracy, you know, anybody that doesn't want to be in line with freedoms, so-called freedoms to do whatever the hell you want to do, America invades those type of countries and try to go force it on them. All right, they spent 20 years in Afghanistan so they women can unrobe themselves and be hoes, man.
Right.
All right, they spent 20 years over there for women to vote and to drive, you know, for them to be openly acceptable to the alphabet community, you know, all of that. And anybody that's contrary to the image and the philosophy that America want to preach, they invade. All right. If you hear about America going to any other country and talks of peace and going to help, them niggas is something over there that they want. All right. If it's not victuals, you know, if it's not resources, they want the minds of those people. They want them to be Americanized. They want them to be westernized. They want to spread the Western way of thinking, man, throughout the whole earth. All right? So that's why it says anybody that comes up against this image, read it again, Doctor.
Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast shall both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Yeah, shall be killed. You know, anybody that's contrary to what this devil want to push. You know, give me Joel 20:22. Keep reading that.
Revelation 13 and verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in a right hand or in their forehead.
Yeah, that mark there is charagma, all right, which means to cut, all right? All right? So this devil wants to mark the whole entire world. It says whether you be rich, poor, free and bond, you know, all you niggas with millions and trillions of dollars, if it ain't going digital with this man's system, you have nothing, all right? If you have some kind of substance, all right, on this side, and it's not in line with what his agenda is, he's going to take it, all right? And you already see that the world is already headed towards a digital system.
Right.
I think a brother put in a group where they were setting up some new shit. And so if you want to speak on it briefly.
Oh yeah, went into my local friendly neighborhood Walmart. You know, they got drapes, everything set up. They're reconstructing the entire area where you pay for whatever pictures that you're getting. And they had like little pay stations set up, which they're eliminating physical pay stations. Put your name on the line or whatever. That's interactive with others. So a whole bunch of self-checkouts. And the technology that they were using was from a company called NCR, which is pretty much a company that deals with digital reconfigurations, you could say. And on the screen, they had a hand that was like waving across the place where you scan your items at. They had a camera on that. They had a camera watching you, and all of that. It was some new technology that Walmart's putting up. And even when you swipe the card, it's different.
Yeah, this devil just rolling this technology out. He been had this shit in the work, but he has to gradually, you know, make steps to where it doesn't seem like you're being bombarded. You know, all of a sudden, oh, everything's digital.
It's way more obvious now though, because you know the scriptures say in the book of Daniel, it says knowledge has increased.
Yeah.
So there's one thing you look into the project of Looking Glass. There's one thing that they were trying to do what the Looking Glass was telling Esau was there's going to be a time of awakening that they can't stop. So now we're seeing these things being set up. People are more privy to what the fuck's going on. People didn't. When you got your next credit card and it had that chip on it, a lot of people didn't think nothing of it.
Right.
But next thing you know, next day they have the technology where you got to stick the chip in it.
Right.
Well, they've been had set that up underneath your nose. You didn't realize it. But now you realize when there's some new type of technology.
Yeah.
Because some of the technology, even the stuff that we think is simple, hey, a couple of hundred years ago, your great grandparents, they couldn't fathom some of the technology that's here now. Something such as waving your hand at the door and it opens.
Shit,
You know?
FaceTime.
You know, a video calling of any sort. That shit was so far-fetched, maybe 20, 30 years ago, the first smartphone was brought on the scene, about 10, 15 years ago maybe, you know. So the technology now has gradually gotten where it is today. Well, eventually Esau is just gonna come down and say, fuck it, because he know he have but a short time. Go ahead, bro.
This is Daniel chapter 12, and verse 4. It says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased."
Right. What I'm saying, and it says there because the seals of the book have been loosed. Okay, so we have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Okay, and Esau, he's more wiser than Daniel, man. All of the things. Hey, Jake is a creator of things too, but you know Esau takes the credit for it. You know, but you had something you wanted to say.
I was about to say, as much as we talk shit about this generation, low key, this generation is very inquisitive. All right, low key, they look into a lot of things, and they get with TikTok coming out, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all these things. You know, this generation don't gotta read a newspaper or watch CNN on fucking day to understand what's going on in the world. The only issue with them is they practice that ignorance of grace. They know. So they see, you know, so it's like, it says, they shall run to and fro. When you get the information from the source, you got it right here in the hands. Right? Now show the place.
Hey, that's a good point, because now when you look under certain posts, before I could even say something, somebody's already said it in the comments. And it's like, these people, they know, all right? They see some technology that's geared towards the MOTP. I bet people in the comments is going to say it before you don't even have to really say nothing. So they are very inquisitive. Now, we got these old niggas that just don't think that Esau Edom is the devil, all right? But we all know, according to the scripture, you can't put new wine in old bottles, all right? But this generation, they are inquisitive, but what they do with the knowledge they acquire is nothing, all right? They just take it as take it from face value, something empty, and go about their day to day, man. Like, fuck it. Yeah, I know this nigga pushing MOTP, but I'm finna go out today. Yeah, fuck it, I gotta get it. You know what I'm saying? That was it on that day.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
This is Luke chapter 8 and 17. It says, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad."
Yeah, hey, so nothing is secretive nowadays, man. All right, even the fact that this Esau Edom is the devil, it's not a secret anymore. All right, everybody knows that. He knows he's the devil. All right, because that veil has been lifted up. All right, that thigh has been exposed who this devil really is, man. All right, even though he set himself up as the image of our Lord and Savior, he's not the image, man. All right, his image is the image of the beast that is spoken of in Revelation 13, man, and 17. All right, he wants to have the whole earth drunken off of what he wants to push, not what the scriptures want to push. That's going to be the difference between our kingdom and his kingdom. All right,
Like I said, he wants to push that everybody can be saved. That's the New World Order, man. The New World Order is basically everybody, we're all one, there's no gender, there's no race, we're just all one people. So Christianity has been pushing that New World Order since the Edomites came into since they came into to rulership, man. Pushing this image of Cesare Borgia. So if you in this everybody can be saved, you're really in a new world order, man. You're destined to be destroyed.
That's a new way of thinking, man. You know, back in the days, our people knew that we weren't supposed to be in the same living quarters as a heathen.
Right.
Even during the time of segregation, you had some Jakes that were cool with going to a separate restroom than a damn nasty ass Edomite.
Right.
You know, but you had the Martin Luther King guys that wanted everybody to be joined together and everybody equal, you know, and all that bullshit. And what has that done for our people? Nothing but further putting
It's destroyed them.
It's destroyed.
Like, they want to be like the heathen now. Like you see it with our people. They want to. The scriptures say, "Follow not the ways of the heathen." They want to act like Esau and these other nations. You see with the women, you can tell how a nation is going by the women. These women out here, we see women out here going this parking lot. You feel me? Butt ass naked, going to the goddamn spot over here, butt ass naked, titties hanging out. That goes to show you that this place is through, man.
Exactly. So, what we have to get back to where we are.
All right, this is Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Yeah, that no man may be able to buy or sell. So by process of elimination, if you buy and sell with a form of currency, and this form of currency is dying and moving towards digital technology, that gives you a sense of what the MOTB has to be. All right, it's not Christianity, it's not like a white people. You can't go to the store and buy with Christianity. You can't set up shop and sell and buy it with Christianity. Hey, I'm a Christian. You know, I'm a Christian. Let's get a 12 pack. Look at your ass.
Hey, with John 3:16.
They showed you in that Goody Mob video, cell therapy with the Goody Mob. They showed you in the video. All you jakes that don't know what the MOTB is, look at that cell therapy video. All you jakes, we're in the city of Atlanta. That's where Goody Mob originated from, Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So look at that video and to the spirit of power, Yahweh Shemel Shah, and figure out what the hell is going on, man. You know?
Yeah, because they use the C-19 as just a trial run. Now, most establishments don't even take cash anymore.
Nope.
All right, it started with the virus, or we're not taking it due to C-19.
It's dirty.
Yeah, it's dirty. Corn shortages.
Yeah.
Now, nobody's even speaking the C-19. Why are these different establishments back accepting cash? Because of that shit is becoming obsolete, man. We're moving towards a digital age, man, a digital world, you know, which doesn't seem too far-fetched right now, man, if you just look around you, you know?
Space age.
Right. It's gonna be like the Jetsons, you know?
Futurama.
Yeah, when I was growing up, and we seen flying cars and all the futuristic shit that the Jetsons had, fucking 2090.
Yeah.
But no, now electric cars, that's why the gas so fucking high. They want the gas to be so fucking high for those people that can afford electric cars to go ahead and just get one instead of paying for gas.
Shit, that shit don't even matter anyway when they're about to cut the power off.
Exactly.
Nothing fucking matters.
Oh,
Like the
that's
Lauryn Hill song.
right. Hey, and that's another one of this nigga's tricks. He wants you to move towards electricity, so that way he can cut that shit off when he get ready. Nobody's moving throughout the city or none of that, because everything's running off electricity. You know?
So this is the cause of the city. Everything that's going on, how they work, borderline chaos. They create the chaos so they can put the order in.
Hegelian dialectics.
By inflation, by taking control, by doing all this shit, everything is according to
Yeah, this nigga got the problem and the solution. Everything is example.
I'm about to say, we can get back to the scripts, but, you know, it's always like a science project. So if you're a spiritual individual, make a hypothesis now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You know, you go into the word science, it means knowledge. So you're making a hypothesis, it's an educated guess of what's going to happen. But,
Intelligence.
yeah, it's intelligence. So you're going to make a hypothesis with everything that Esau's doing right now. Grid shutting down, gas at $8 a gallon for unleaded in California. You know what I'm saying? Just and then read your second Ezra 15 and 16. You know what I'm saying? See how everything lines up. And just make a hypothesis of how things are going to go down. Because I'm gonna be real, we didn't expect 2020, but we didn't expect the pandemic or some type of plague.
But you know what? We did expect it. We did expect it.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? It's like the scriptures say that no man knoweth the time of the day, but at the same time, we're anticipating all this. We're anticipating like the brothers going into the CHIP to just sweep everything, man. This is about to take over everything. You niggas is broke. This money is, like you said, on top of all of this thing, this money is trash. Don't nobody want the US dollar no more. So what you niggas gonna do when on top of all of this, the credit score of America goes down, right? The money is worthless. You niggas are gonna crumble, man.
So it's like, kind of just make a hypothesis on the details, like I said.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, we really didn't know how 2020 was gonna go like that.
Right.
But again, like I said earlier, reading the scripts, you have a gist. The Lord gave you a gist of what the hell is gonna happen. So yes, in a sense, we did expect a plague or a pandemic. Some brothers was in the beginning of 2020 was expecting a financial breakdown, but a pandemic came first, then the financial crisis.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like make a hypothesis, have fun with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And it's only gonna get worse.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, you got the food shortages,
Right.
shelves is drying up.
Right. Job 18, I've been staying bringing this out for weeks now. But Job, you know how sometimes you read a script in a time and it kind of sticks with you?
Yeah.
But that Job 18, I think it's like verse 17, I want to say. It talks about terror shall make him afraid on every side and shall drive him to his feet.
Hey, well, the spirit is like who's that? A music with a person on a soundboard, like a sound engineer. You got like the angels and the Lord. All right, and now let that part go in there, like sliding the dials up, and we're hearing these prophecies a lot louder.
It's catchy.
It's like you.
It's super catchy.
Yeah.
All right, because what does Revelation the 14th chapter say when you start at verse 1?
The song.
They shall sing a new song.
Yeah,
New
that's
song.
spirit.
And that new song, that's what you're going to bring
That's what I
out?
was gonna bring out, bro.
Hey, go ahead, bring it out.
This is Revelation 14.
Start at the top.
Let's start at the top. Revelation 14, verses 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144 and 4,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads.
Right, so real talk, you can take that back to Ezekiel. That's 9 and 4. That's a mark. Having that name is a mark. All right, that's a mark. You know, could possibly be, if you are part of the 144, a mark of exemption.
Yeah, not the same mark. We used to be those.
Right, and because I'm saying it could possibly be because it's what Paul said. Like they're not counting myself for that number. When you go into Philippians, the 3rd chapter, it says, "I am not apprehended," meaning I'm not caught up in the chariot, I'm still down in the tree. And the Lamb is your house.
That's right. Revelation 14 and 2. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. Verse 3. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne.
Hey, so like you say that the harps, all right, the harp, that's spiritual.
Yeah.
Because what did Saul, what did David play for Saul? Harp, which was a very harmonious. We went into it in class, in the word world. A harmonious, it's a harmonious instrument.
Yeah. It's like the most expensive instrument.
Exactly.
And I have to say too, that scripture in Matthew, we have piped up to you. All right, we speaking this new song, but we understand that majority of people can't get with it. This is Revelation 14 and 3. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders. And no man could learn the song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
Real deal game. get Romans 11 and 7. Get Romans 11 and 7. Reread that.
Revelation 11, excuse me, Revelation 14 and verse 3. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne.
Yeah, so the song that we're singing, us being the prophets of Yahweh Shem outside, is a new song that everybody can dance to. You know, it's like a song that's only exclusive to those that have the right ear to hear, man. All right, you know, like a dog whistle. It doesn't sound the same to a dog as it does to a human. Why? Because it's specifically made for whatever the component is in the dog's ear. Right? Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's like it to this song that we're singing now, right, which is America's Gonna Be Destroyed, that the MOTB, is the CHIP, you know, time of Jacob's trouble. You know, we said, but certain people hear it, but it falls on deaf ears. Why? Because it wasn't meant for them. They weren't meant to come to the dance, man, and to cut a rug. You know what I'm saying?
It's like that Goody Mob song. They don't dance no more.
Yeah, all they do is this.
Yeah, all they do is this. That's you jakes that can't get with it, man.
Yeah, exactly.
We got to put it in layman's terms for you jakes to understand it.
Exactly. All right. So it's saying a new song that the 144,000 only gonna get to dance.
This is Romans chapter 11 and verse 7. What Israel has not attained, that which is secret for.
And they're very inquisitive, like the brother said. They're searching for something. They know that this current setup, something's not right about it.
Right.
All right. But they can't quite pinpoint what it is. Why? Because of this new song. They don't know what the song is telling them. All right. It's in a different language to them. You know. They can probably pick up on different bits and pieces, but the song as a whole, they can't dance to. They can't rock with it. All right.
You know what it is too. Reread that.
Romans chapter 11 and verse 7. What Israel has not obtained, that which is secret for.
Right. You know when you're looking for something or trying to do something or whatever, it's like you're so close but yet so far. It's very discouraging. Take the discouragement, you know. So when they searching for something and they can't get it, or they can't get it the way they want to, they give up.
Right. They don't look at adversity as an opportunity. All right. If they don't get it the first time, it's like fuck it. Well, when we heard these words, you know, the song, it sounded good to us, but we couldn't quite get the steps to it. All right, but what it took track, consistency. You know, the first time I heard this breakdown, I could have been, oh, you know what? I just can't get it. You know, where the holes at. You know, which most niggas are about. You know, and which most niggas' mindset are set up that way. They're not equipped with the wherewithal to fight through adversity, man. And if you don't get it the first time, then try again, you know. And that's the same way with this song, because they also many are called but few are chosen. All right, how are you chosen? You have to be written, man. And your name have to already be written in the book of life to be saved. All right, you already have to be handwritten, you know, by the Lord, man. All right. That no man may be plucked out of his hand, because it's already set in stone. Okay? So this song, everybody can't dance to it. Start at the top.
What Israel has not attained, that which is secret for, but the election been attained.
Because it tells you that Jake has zeal, but not according to knowledge.
That's right.
So he's certain he wants answers, man, but he don't know how to go about and get it. All right? Or if he hear it and it's not to his liking, he push it to the side. You know, you hear all the goodies, yeah, we Israelites, such and such and such. And you tell a nigga he can't go to his mama house on Christmas. He's like, ah, shit. You know, that's where the buck stopped. You know what I'm saying? Because his ear's not in tune with this song that we're singing, man. All right? You have to be, it has to be sealed in your conscience, man. All right? It has to be like a fire that burns in your belly, man. If you don't have that, then you just ain't got it, man. You know? Go ahead.
And the rest were blinded.
And the rest were blinded. All right? eyes that they shall not see, ears that they cannot hear, man. All right, they hear the words coming out of our mouth, but it sounds like a foreign language, you know? Right. They understand the words because we're speaking English, but it doesn't register with them what we're actually saying. It's like reading without comprehension.
I got something.
It's like, you know how in Esau's school system they'll give you something to read and you have to go back and answer the questions. If you just a nigga calling words out of the paper, or you just listening to the teacher and words going in one ear and not the other one, you're not going to be able to comprehend and be able to apply what's being said.
And they hear womp, 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 womp,
Right.
womp, womp, womp.
Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 5. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange language, a strange speech, and of a hard language,
Yep.
but to the house of Israel.
Yep.
Not too many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I thee to them, they would have hearkened unto me.
Yeah, hey, because even when Yahweh Shai walked the earth, he spoke in parables. Why? Because he told them it's not given unto them to know. All right, it's only given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
That's
all
right.
right, so that's why he spoke in parables. But you can best believe his disciples understood, or if they didn't, they inquired and he would, break it down to me plainly. Okay,
Oh yeah, I got a word.
go ahead, bro.
This is the word esoteric. This is etymology. It says secret, intending to be communicated.
What's the word?
Esoteric. It says secret, intended to be communicated only to the initiated.
Elect, basically.
Scriptures say we're the enlightened, illuminated ones.
Yeah, yeah, the initiated, the ones with the light bearers. Okay, I ain't gonna say because, but yeah, the illuminated ones. You know?
We're the righteous Illuminati.
Yeah.
There you go. Righteous Illuminati.
Yep.
All right? Yeah, these niggas, the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers that we're speaking of, that want to CHIP you, they're Illuminati on the left hand side.
But secret societies run the world.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why nobody sees the inner workings of who makes the big decisions.
Yeah.
They're never out front. For example, this dude that's locked up. Everybody's speaking on how good of a person he was outwardly, how many people he gave jobs and shit to. But this nigga in the background was getting niggas knocked off. Yeah, Young Thugger. But you got everybody coming to his defense. I seen the nigga Kevin Lyles on the stand crying, vouching for this nigga who's a big ass demon. You just know him as a business partner, surface level. You don't know this nigga from Cleveland, all right? You don't know him. You don't know the nigga from Southwest Atlanta, man.
Right.
You know him after he had got a certain status, man, and only what he showed you. And that's just how these elites are, man. Every decision that is made, you can best believe you have no say in it. Yeah. You can go out and vote. You can go out and go to your local city council meetings. All right, if it's not in this devil's agenda, it's not going to get passed.
That's right.
He just gives you the illusion that you have some sort of power or some sort of right to vote.
Yeah, the illusion of choice, man.
Yeah, this just the beast that's diverse from the other. He gives you a Senate and a way of you think you can vote and that you have a voice. All right, but ultimately the decisions are made from people you'll never see, man. The decisions that are being made now by Sleepy Joe, those are not his decisions.
It's made by people that aren't even in this country, man.
Exactly. That probably never even stepped foot on this soil, man. The mayor here, DeAndre. You think the decisions that nigga making, if it wasn't sanctioned by the people that are ruling, man, the spiritual wickedness in high places that it speaks of in Ephesians the 6th chapter, if they don't want it to go, it ain't gonna go.
Through.
God damn.
I don't even know they got a flag.
This is Proverbs 19 and verse 21. There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord
But that dude's a
that
good
shall
one.
stand.
Right?
Right, yeah.
And
He would like yell out shit sometimes.
Yeah, I thought he
Isaiah 30 and 1. You know, where it says they seek counsel but not of me. They put a covering, but not of my spirit. You know, that's Jake, man. All right, because what Esau pushes is more easy to stomach. All right, as opposed to this new song that we're singing. All right, it goes in sweet, but when it gets in your belly, man, it becomes bitter. All right, because we know all the things that we have to do in order to achieve the goal of the kingdom of heaven. All right, we know we have to go through this devil trying to CHIP us. We know we have to go through the time of Jacob's trouble. We can't skip steps. All right, but when Jake hears that there's an actual criteria in order to get with Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, it's too strenuous for him. All right, it's too grievous.
You know what, but bro, like you're saying, bro, like with our people are so stupid and lazy, reprobates, all of these negative words, because on both sides of the coin, it starts out sweet, and then when you digest it, it's bitter. Whether you dealing with Esau's system or you dealing with the Lord's system. Yo, look at Jake. Jake tied themselves up with these secret societies and Illuminatis and this stuff, and then they get to a point where man, this is fucked up. I gotta do this and I gotta do that, and now you're trying to be a fucking whistleblower.
You might want to do that for the Lord.
You should have just off the rip avoided the negativity that was gonna come. The Lord don't got you drinking blood. The Lord don't got you like the Lord ain't got us out here doing gay shit to prove our loyalty.
Yeah.
The Lord just wants you to prove your loyalty through teaching, being amongst the body. We don't gotta on a new moon. Like here it is, what we do on a new moon. Send up prayers. That's too much.
Right.
Have a feast. That's too much.
That's too much to ask for.
But Esau's feast, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta drink blood out of a skull and eat humans and shit.
Roasted niggas.
That actress, what's that white bitch named Megan or whatever?
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. Her and what's that white bitch? MGK. I think that is an Edomite, bro. I'm just keeping it real. They was drinking blood, man.
They
you
drink
gotta
each other's
stupid
blood.
shit like that to prove yourself to the wicked. We're proving ourselves to the Lord, man.
Yeah, raise your kids to be open-minded and shit.
Oh.
Like, man, come on.
Man.
No. Yeah, right.
Jeezy. Nigga,
No.
street nigga, but now he got a non-binary child. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Come on now.
Man, fuck young Jesus, man.
Where is that? First you was the snowman. Now you got them the whole man.
No man.
Mr.
Right.
17.5. Now you a whole ass nigga.
That's why none of his niggas from the world fuck with him, man.
Right.
Nobody. He's on an island by
That's
himself.
an example of how a nigga got to sell out.
Yep.
You know? Nigga, the biggest trapper in Atlanta at one point, supposedly. Now you got a gender fluent child. That's Esau's philosophy, man. The Lord don't teach us to raise our kids like that. He teaches us to raise our kids according to the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
That was written. Because those are life and peace. All this other shit that Esau pushed carnality, man, is death. You know, according to Romans the 9th chapter. You said you had a precept about it?
Nah, that's
Oh, no.
something.
I got one for you, too.
I'm gonna get straight to the point. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 6 and 7. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women, laden with sins, led away to the knowledge of the truth. Yeah, so just like what you said, Jake hit his truth that it's too much for him. They rather say, where the holes at. They rather go find the nearest market to get high and drunk. But this truth is just too much for him. Because how this devil done created this world, Jake's so comfortable with doing wickedness.
Yeah, wisdom is too high for a fool, as the scriptures say.
Right.
I had one for you, too, if you don't mind.
1 John 5, verse 3.
Shalom.
For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his
Now, you good? I was looking at the hat. I didn't even see that.
Jake went so hard to keep everything else. Like, we need to start with the Ten Commandments. Don't forget respect your parents.
Oh, yeah.
This is 1, 2, 3. mean, I was shot. Just wanted to, yeah, be hard on us. It was made for us to, keep ourselves straight.
Right, like pig. Jake get all bent out of shape when you tell their ass that you can't eat swine. But there's a science to why the Lord told you not to eat it. All right? There's a whole science to it because that meat is not edible, man. We went into I think me and you went into a whole class dealing with the dietary. About the fact that we eat multiple stomach animals, like lambs, cows, oxen. They have multiple stomachs. We don't eat monogastric animals. But again, it's not because... Right, it's not because we just, the Lord, hey, you know what? That's an amazing food right there. And I just want to be difficult so you can't eat it. Shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah, everything that the Lord set up, man, it was for a reason. It wasn't just because, like the brother said, that's what Esau do.
Mm-hmm.
He sees something and figure out how amazing it is. He coveted it.
Yeah.
And he outlaw it and abolish it just for the fact that he don't want you to have it.
Yeah, man.
The Lord ain't like that. The Lord shields us from these different things because he knows it's going to. That's why, again, it tells you in Luke 4:1 that those that come into this, that keep the law, statutes, and commandments, it brings life and peace to them.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir, I got you. This is James 3 and 15. And it says, this wisdom descended not from above, but is earthly, sensual, and devilish.
Yeah, what the word sensual?
I can look it up for you.
Sense,
I'll look it up for you real quick.
flesh.
Oh, listen to this. Look at the etymology of sensual. Carnal.
Ooh.
Unspiritual.
Oh man, that's this world. It's death, man. This the way of living and the way Esau pushes his agenda. That shit is anti-life, man.
Yeah, man.
You'll die trying to keep up with this nigga, man. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. It says, for where envy and strife is, there is confusion and every evil work.
Every evil work, and where there is strife, which means to contend or to fight. This devil whole system is built up around fighting and contending. Even amongst himself.
Oh yeah.
This nigga don't know what he wants. You got left wing, the right wing, you got red, you got
The
blue.
far left.
You got
The right,
The far right. Like, goddamn.
Russia.
yeah.
This devil can't figure out what the hell is going on. And it translates to you Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, man.
So tying it back into the MOTB, we say all that to say that this nigga got an agenda that we're privy to, that most of you niggas can't get, that just can't get it, or don't want to get it, that have been blinded, they can't dance to this new song. But we're not ignorant of this nigga's devices, so we're gonna come out every week, whether you niggas like it or not, to a famine of the word, and we're gonna call this devil out for what he really is. Alright? And hold these niggas accountable too. Because it tells us to come out and lift our voice as a trumpet to shew our people their transgressions. Alright? So you niggas are to blame too. Because 2/3 of our people are counted as heathen anyways. They don't want to get right, even though they may know to get right.
The scriptures say the name is dreadful among the heathen. These niggas that's driving by, they ain't trying to get the name of the Lord, man. Even Jakes that come by the camp, they might sound sincere or whatever, but you got to come here week in, week out. You got to dedicate yourself to the Lord, man.
That's why the scriptures say the fear of the Lord is a treasure.
Yeah, you got to hear the fear of the Lord. Like, I can say for any one of us brothers, we heard that it was going to be blackouts, it was going to be concentration camps, it was going to be this, that,
The
and
chip.
third, the chip. We was like, oh shit, what do we do?
Hey,
The fear of the Lord compelled us to come out here.
Yeah.
Esau, the so-called white man, is the devil. That's what got me.
Yeah, exactly.
This white man's the devil? Oh, hell yeah. This is the
Yeah.
truth right here, man.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you want to know more. What else?
Oh, I'm an Israelite? Oh, this is the devil right here? Oh, man, I was addicted to the truth right then and there, man. Because I always hated white people. Yeah.
Me
This
too,
is,
me too.
since you mentioned the word song, right?
Yeah.
This is Matthew 11 and 16. It says, but, matter of fact, I'll start at 15. He says, he that hath ears to hear, let him hear. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows and saying, we have piped unto you, and you have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented. So like the brother was saying, you know, we pushing this word out to you people out here, and it's not the tune you want. It's not everybody can get saved. It's not you gonna get a whole bunch of money, no prosperous doctrine and shit like that. It's not a whole, you know, peaceful thing coming, man. It's judgment coming. It's bloodshed coming. All right, it's torments coming. Lamentations, mournings, and woes is coming, man. And the Lord don't love everybody.
That's that fear. We all could be doing any and everything on our Saturdays. Whether it be resting, because we rip and run basically 7 days a week. All right, we rip and run 7 days a week. We're missing out on, you know, family time. We get to dealing with our families. It's hell out here. Protecting our houses. Hell, we could be making money. Saturday is a money-making day. Especially in Atlanta. Okay, so there could be everything we could do, but no, that fear, when we found out that the Lord ain't playing, we said, hey, fuck it, whatever we got to do. Pain, headaches, money issues, whatever the issue is, we be out here.
Right. This is more important.
It's way more important, man.
This is
It's called a
Luke,
sacrifice.
chapter 7, verse 31. And the Lord said, whereunto then shall I liken the men of this generation, and to what are they like? Verse 32.
Y'all prophesied that.
They are like the children sitting in the marketplace and calling one.
Because I can say, that's the easy part. Strong kings.
Right.
You go about your day doing the hell you want to do. Are you going to dedicate your life to this and come out here every Saturday? Hell no, you not. Why? Because you can't dance to this song, man. All right? So go ahead. You're shalom, bro. You know.
A lot of y'all gonna fall into the foolish virgins, man.
Man, I'll say this too. A lot of you Jakes coming to the camp and you trying to be sincere. You ain't coming out here 2-3 weeks. Man, what the fuck you doing, man?
Right.
You coming out here trying to sound, got questions for brothers and shit. Like, where the fuck you at? It's been 3 weeks, bro. This brother, when we was at the man camp, it was like, where this brother at? Yeah. Remember that brother? Mm-hmm. What he had the Yahweh shot, he had the Yahweh shirt on. Mm-hmm. Like, where the fuck you at, man? fuck the black woman, fuck money, fuck all that shit. Where the hell you Jakes at, man? Yeah. You ain't out here presenting your body living sacrifice. It's null and void, man.
Right. They don't want to be dedicated, man. It's too grievous to them.
Yeah.
When the scriptures the brother just read says it's not grievous unto us, man. But it is grievous to a nigga that want to do what he want to do. Yeah. And then at the end of the day, you're not even doing what you want to do. You're doing what Esau wants you to do. Because I know damn well your black ass don't want to get up and go to work every morning. Yeah. I know damn well you don't want to pay bills. You know, you're doing what Esau wants you to do with the illusion that you're doing what the hell you want to do. All right? But just because the Lord is not visibly down here and bringing down the smackdown on the niggas, you think you can just do whatever the hell you want to do. All right? But you know if you fucking jaywalk, Esau lock your ass up right now.
Oh, you niggas, I had jury duty the other day. You niggas show up early and sit properly turn your phone off and everything for court.
Pull their pants up,
man.
All type of shit. All right.
So I saw this post. It was this Jake be funny, right? He was like, he said when niggas put on suits, they got all kinds of, they want to post all kind of pictures and inspirational quotes and shit. And the bitch at the end, she said, she started laughing and she was like, nigga, just go on and go to court already, man.
You're right. Yeah, niggas be waking up. What do niggas be saying? Something of the day. Motivation of the day.
Yeah, motivational.
Nigga, go clock in. Just like me, bro. Just go punch the clock. Call it a day.
I ain't no slave.
All right.
But you know what? That's a slave mentality, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think you're doing what you want to do, but you really working for the master.
Yeah, exactly.
Dumbass.
Yeah. Right. So now, why not work for your house by me outside, man, when there'll be an actual reward at the end of the day? You do everything Esau wants you to do for your ass to die of old age and still have shit.
Back pain.
Right. Just through, man. Hard, the size of a goddamn basketball, you know, because you've been overworked.
Ain't no softness to your hands no more.
Blood vessels all goddamn stricken.
Kidneys is through.
Right. And you don't work and put all this in for this devil just to be not rewarded. When you could put that same energy towards your house by outside, man.
That's right, brother.
Rewarded at the end, man.
Because when all hell break loose, we want to be able to say, I earned, through the Spirit, I earned a meal to get me through the day. So if we in a tough situation and you pray to the Lord and you're like, Lord, I need somewhere to put my family away, or we need some food, you can go to the Lord confidently in the Spirit and trust, like, hey man, you know what? We served the Lord up until the last minute, still got the name, still going hard. You earn that. You can cash that voucher in. You niggas is going to swipe your card with the Lord, and that shit is going to be through. You're going to get embarrassed.
Insufficient funds.
Insufficient fund, your ass.
Yeah, I said that.
Hey, this is Ecclesiastes, Sirach chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, constantly endure, make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him, depart not away, that thou may be increased at thy last end.
That's so beautiful, man, to us. But to a nigga, that sound like foreign language. Dude, what? When it get hard? Nah, man, I'm looking for the easy route out. I don't want to suffer. I gotta do what? See, that's the crazy part. I mean, I know y'all got precepts, but I'm gonna get this last precept and I'm gonna let Kashabali stick. Job 20 and 22. You know, just to bring it full circle that this devil has an agenda. You know, we know what it is, but the Lord has other plans, man. Go ahead.
This is Job chapter 20, verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straight.
A difficult place. In the fullness of his sufficiency. When this nigga can't inflate the dollar anymore. When the rates are just too ironic. When people are not believing in this nigga system no more. Alright? He's gonna try to push the MOTP. He's gonna be in straits. Why? Because he still got 144,000 that's refusing that shit. You know? And then the Lord has ulterior motive. I mean, not an ulterior motive, but an ulterior motive from this devil. Alright, so in the fullness of his sufficiency, right when he's about to chip the last person, go ahead.
Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
He shall be made small amongst the heathen. It tells you that in Obadiah. These people are not trusting America anymore. They don't give a fuck about what America got to say, let alone trust in their monetary system anymore. Slowly but surely, countries are moving away from accepting the dollar, which is the world currency right now. But in some places, they done away with it, you know? So you can tell that the power of it is failing. And the only power that it has is the belief that the people have in it, with the purchasing power of it.
This place is only going because you people believe in this bitch,
Exactly,
man.
bro.
You niggas get it. Like in my mind, I be thinking about these gas prices. Me and the brother Charlemagne was talking about this the other day. You think about gas prices. At one point, do you dumbass Americans say, man, fuck this shit? At what point?
Yeah. If everybody stopped driving, who they gonna sell the gas to?
Who they gonna sell gas? Like, everybody talk all this, I'm woke and fighting the powers that be. But if you assholes just sat out for fucking, you remember they used to do these type of, hey, don't go get gas today. Remember when they did the blackout on IG? The black stone. Like, if you assholes would just do certain little things, just stop buying fucking gas.
Yeah.
You see how Esau's system will crumble quicker.
Yeah, I'm only flying for black businesses today. You got a nigga at Popeyes. Just because the manager got them.
I swear, man.
Black owned, niggas.
Dumb, our people, man.
They simple, man. Go ahead,
Verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly,
When he's about to fill his belly, go ahead.
I will not see our child shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Yeah, and if you want to know how the Lord is going to rain upon him, go to the initial scriptures. Go to the death and destruction scriptures. Go to Lamentations. Go to Revelation. You know, that's how the Lord is going to rain upon him while he's eating, man. He's going to burn this place up. All right. This devil is the end of the world, man. And Jacob is the beginning of their fall.
That's right. Esau think he gonna take it at a certain length. Esau thinks he's gonna take this judgment to a certain length, but stop it because he wants to still rebuild.
Right.
He still wants to take it to he doesn't want to completely, thoroughly destroy the earth. He just wants to destroy what's going on and start this new system. But the Lord is going to take it even further. I'll read for you. But yeah, like what are you saying, Slot? Say nothing. You gotta go with it. I wasn't holding anything.
Yeah, I'm a man back. I'm the brother. Now I'm the man back out you learned back with the fear. Get Ecclesiasticus chapter 1. I think so. We start at verse 8. And start at verse 2.
Verse 2?
Nah, I start at 8.
Nah.
Start at fear.
Yep, I got you. This is Ecclesiasticus 1 and 8. And it says, there is one wise and greatly to be feared. The Lord sitteth upon his throne.
Right, and it's a wise thing to fear the Lord. Hey, you heard everything that the brothers was talking about. The officer around was talking about the MOTB. It's June. Okay, it's getting hot. Prophecy's getting hot right now. Okay, so it's a pivotal time for you to increase your fear of the Lord, man. All right, you see what's happening. He wasn't Solomon elect, because we're gonna get into some of the judgments that the Lord is gonna bring.
You know how rebellious Jake gotta be for the fact that the Lord is gonna bring new judgments upon the earth, new things.
Get Isaiah 43 and 19.
Yes, sir. And you niggas gotta see stranger things to get right with the Lord, man.
They ain't gonna get right.
Like you niggas need outrageous things to come on the earth for you to finally humble your stiff neck ass. It's lucky, bro. It just,
no, but that's exactly what's gonna happen though. You know, the Lord is purposely keeping a docile mind state on a lot of these individuals, including our own people, for a reason. That's Proverbs 16th chapter. I created 16 and 4. I created the wicked for the day of destruction. Everyone is going to stand in their lot at the end of the days, man. There's only a handful who's going to get it. That's the elect 144. You got three. It's in a whole, the elect.
Yeah.
But if you want to break it down even more, that pie, you got the peaceful multitude, the 144, and then the elect. All right, that are going to be attached to the 144, which is called the 1/3.
The 1/3 in America and the great multitude around the world. 44,000, which is also around the world as well.
Exactly. But that 1/3 is primarily in America because it says in that land.
That's right.
When it says in that land, it's speaking about America. So those are the groups of people who are going to receive the salvation of the Lord. Oh yeah, it may be millions, but that ain't a lot compared to what's happening. You got to understand that the Lord is going to open up the floodgates, the water brother. You know, lip singing with me because we know the new song. He's going to open up the floodgates. He's going to release all the spirits back into. You can read about it in 1 Thessalonians 14. Also, when you read about Yahushua, when he gave up the spirit on the cross, what happened? Everybody rose up with him. What, you walked the earth? I forgot how many days. Months, yeah. The day came back and walked. That's the same thing that's gonna happen in these times, man.
Some spooky shit about to happen out here, man.
Right. People are going to come back and they're gonna receive the judgment because the Lord, He wants this to be an extravagant thing. He wants it. This is my son coming back. I want you to see him. So these things are gonna happen, like you said, extraordinary things are gonna have to happen for Jake to fucking realize what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
And you read verse 8.
Yeah.
So like Isaiah 43.
43 and
I think it's verse 19. It says, I should do a new thing.
Yep. This is Isaiah 43 and 19. And it says, behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth.
Right. I should do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Hey, we're standing out here on the highways and byways is a new thing to a lot of people.
That's right.
Ain't you? It sprang forth with death all over the world. You know, it sprang forth. And actually, it's true, sprang forth fruit. Next thing you know, you got sites all over the country, all over the world right now. You know, go ahead.
Yes, sir. And it says, shall ye not know it?
Right? So you not know it? Go ahead.
I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert.
I should make a way in the rivers in the desert. We are a river in the desert right now. Okay?
Yeah.
We are a river in the desert. The scriptures liken this place into as a desert.
Yeah, the living waters.
Right, we are the living waters. You know? Hey, brother. You know me when I come up. I'm like, you know a scripture that speaks about a living water? Wait, go get it. You know where it is? Y'all know what it said? Speaking about the living waters? You know
Yep.
what? You talking about John 7. Someone get John 4. Because in John 4, he was speaking, about you should thirst no
So we
more.
keep trying to get to a point.
Go ahead, bro.
John 7 and 38.
There you go.
He that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly rivers of water.
That's it. We're that river in the desert. Because we're speaking through the Spirit, man. And that's the water. Also, that's the breath. Going all the way back to Genesis. You know, you can even liken this into Ezekiel the 37th chapter, the dry bones.
Wind,
The wind, yep.
wind, it's water in the wind.
Yep, that's why it's called what? Shemayim. Okay? Shemayim. Shah, meaning pertaining to, and then Mayim, or Mayim, which is the waters. Okay? Pertaining to the waters. Alright? The heavens.
Isaiah 30. Isaiah 32 says,
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
I got it. Oh, no.
I got it real quick. This is Isaiah 32:2, and it says, "And a man shall be a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land."
Hey, you know, whenever you look at water, there's vegetation on each side of it. Okay? There's vegetation on each side of it. And we are that river flowing through this desert. We're a spiritual oasis. That's what you just said.
We represent the land flowing with milk and honey.
yeah.
Yeah.
Got another for you.
Yeah, hold on. Go ahead, bro.
John chapter 4 and 13. How was I answered and said unto her, whosoever drinketh
Because
of
he was
this
at the
water,
well. Go ahead.
whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again.
Right.
But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst.
Right, which is the spirit, man.
Would you read?
7 and 38.
But the water that I shall give him shall be full of rolling water springing up into everlasting life.
Ooh, see, that's an everlasting life. What we're preaching is preaching everlasting life, man. That's what, that's right. Matter of fact, you're in Ecclesiastes. Go to verse 2, that's the spirit. Because you talk about everlasting life. Let's go into immortality. Let's go into eternity.
Yeah.
All right? Who created eternity anyway? The Heavenly Father, man. Go ahead.
That's right. This is Ecclesiasticus 1 and 2. And it says, "Who can number the sand of the sea and the drops of water and the days of eternity?"
Exactly. That's why it's wise to fear the Lord, because he's the power of this. He can. Who else can number eternity? Who else can number the sand of the sea, the hairs on your head? The one that be. Go back to verse 8. The one who's wise, the wise one.
Yep, this is Sirach 1 and 8. And it says, "There is one wise."
That's why they call it the Ancient of Days. In Daniel the 7th chapter. You got it. You
Yep.
got it.
"And greatly to be feared,
Greatly to be feared. Go ahead.
the Lord sitting upon his throne.
Go ahead.
We created her and saw her and numbered her and poured her out upon all his works."
That's wisdom. All right, that's right. You can line this up with Ecclesiastes 24th chapter, where it speaks about wisdom. Where wisdom is gonna set places. He caused my tabernacle to rest in Jacob. All right, that's why you fear Yahweh Shem Shai, because he's gonna relinquish his wisdom unto you.
Hey, well, bro, that's why when we just read in Isaiah 32, that it says that a man shall be a a river and basically a dry place, it's not because you're drippy. You know what I'm saying? It's not your drip that's gonna have you as a water in a dry place. It's the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that the Lord has on His men that's gonna allow them to be as a covering in this day to come, man.
Oh, you got a piece of Isaiah, I'm starting at verse 1, 44 and 1. It says, "Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen." And there's no other nations in Lord chose. It says, "Thus saith the Lord that made thee, and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou, Jezreel, whom I have chosen. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit." She was speaking about the waters, which is the spirit of Yahweh Shai. It says, "I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring, and they shall spring up as the grass, and they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses. One shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob."
Hey, because you know what the scriptures say that what? The parable of the good seed. Some seeds fell upon good land, some seed fell upon dry, some seeds thorns cut out. What is a thorn? Thorns are weeds. What do weeds? Weeds absorb all the moisture and nutrients out of your yard. That's what kills your grass. So really, the elect, you gotta have, really through the Spirit, you gotta have the perfect formula of everything. You gotta be that seed that fell in good soil. You gotta make sure that you get enough sunlight. You gotta make sure that you get enough water, nutrients. All of these things play along into you springing up and being,
Right.
Colossians 2 and 8, being rooted and established in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You can't be rooted if you dry.
Beautiful.
It says, "And another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel." See, even that script right there shows you the importance of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob to you, right? Because he talked about the seed. All right, you gotta pay homage to our forefathers. If Abraham didn't have the faith that he had in the Lord, we wouldn't be here right now. Because you gotta remember, Abraham at one point was worshiping idols.
Yeah.
He was what? The Earl of the Chaldees.
Chaldees, yeah.
That's when he was worshiping idols until the Lord came and talked to him.
Separated from his family.
Separated from not that's get Genesis, because here's another instance where Abraham showed his faith too. Get Genesis 21. I want to say it's like verse. I'll say like verse 12, man. Pretty much, the Lord told him to hearken unto Sarah's voice. Okay, because there was a situation that went down between Hagar and Sarah, you know, and we all know Abraham had 8 sons, and we know the firstborn of it was Ishmael. But the Lord has something set up to where Ishmael's not going to receive the promise that Isaac was. Isaac was the one he was going to set up. Okay?
But wait, I'm sorry, bro. I know you got a scripture, but you got vocab in them trying to use, what is that, Galatians, what is that in Galatians? They try to use the book of Galatians to prove that the Lord is dealing with everybody. But in the same book of Galatians, I think Galatians the 4th chapter, it tells us that what? Sarah, that the Lord was dealing with the seed of the free woman and not the seed of the bondwoman.
Well, perfect. Get this. That's perfect. Because you say, if they want to use that, then this is what you get.
They go a chapter over.
Read this real quick. Genesis 21 and 12. Because if you're going to use that Galatians, then you got to answer this. Go ahead. It says, "And God said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the lad, and because of thy bondwoman." Right. Go ahead. And all of that. Who's the bondwoman? The bondwoman, because of thy bondwoman.
Oh.
Reread. Because we're gonna break this down. It says, "And God said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the lad." Who's the lad? Ishmael. Okay? Let it not be grievous in the sight because of the lad, Ishmael. Alright? Because that was his firstborn. Hey, you gotta keep it up. When you have the firstborn, that's something near and dear to you. All right, look at Isaac when Esau and Jacob. Who's Isaac's favorite? Esau. Okay, go ahead.
Tradition.
It's true. Exactly.
Tradition is that firstborn also gets the inheritance.
That's why when Jacob went to Laban, or Laban, however you want to say it, who did he give first? Rachel. Salakia, Leah, because she was the eldest. All right, go ahead.
You know how to say, who knows how to say boy in Hebrew?
You lied?
No, boy in
Is it you lied?
It says, and because of thy bondwoman, in all that Sarah hath said unto thee.
Yeah, he said the bondwoman was just hard. Go ahead.
It says, in all that Sarah hath said unto thee, hearken unto her voice, for in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
All right, so now you're just gonna disregard that. If you're saying what vocab Malone is saying, you're just gonna disregard what it's saying. The history of what the book of Galatians is speaking about, which was already established, you're gonna disregard Genesis 21:12? Well, excuse the hell out of me. Well, it clearly said the seed was gonna be established in Isaac. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 13, and also of the son of the bondwoman will I make a nation.
Oh, read verse 12 again, one more time, because we gotta get the meat off that bone, man.
All right. It says, and God said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the lad, and because of thy bondwoman. And all that Sarah hath said unto thee, hearken unto her voice.
Right.
For in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
She was on some fuck them heathens.
Exactly. Exactly. So that means the Lord doesn't love everybody. His spirit has always been like that from the beginning. And we're reading in the beginning. What? Genesis.
Yeah, according to these women today, Abraham was a deadbeat dad.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
According to these people today, Abraham would have been a deadbeat dad because as soon as Ishmael came of age, or Isaac became of age in the history, basically they told him to get the fuck on, man. Put him on a donkey and smack the ass and told him to just wherever the ass went, that's where Hagar and Ishmael went.
Yeah.
I hope you get Romans 9.
Can I read this for you real quick, and then I go to Romans for you? This is Malachi 3:6, and it says, "For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed."
That's right. So if he established where the promise was going through the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, what makes you think that changed coming into these modern days? It stayed the same. See, the thing that people get misconstrued, they don't understand the dialogue and the language that Paul is speaking when you read Romans, when you read Galatians. They don't understand it. That's why everything is overlooked. That's why it's a stumbling block to a lot of these Christians.
Yeah, man. Romans 9:1, and it says, "I say the truth in Mashiach Yahushua, I lie not.
Right. Go ahead.
My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Spirit,
Right. My conscience always bears me witness in the Holy Spirit. Go ahead.
that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart."
Let's look at Galatians chapter 2. Start at verse 8. Because what is Paul saying right here? He has heaviness in his mind because there's Israelites who don't know about Yahushua, who need to know about Yahushua. That's why it was so effectually in him to go into the uncircumcision. You know, matter of fact, read that. Galatians 2:8.
It's Galatians chapter 2, verse 8. For he that brought...
Because you know another thing a Christian will pull out is Matthew the 10th chapter where it says, "Go not unto the Samaritans." Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But hold on, because a Christian will be like, "Well, shit, let me say this. Sakari and a Christian will be like, well, see, Paul's contradicting himself and he's not following after what Yahushua is." Matter of fact, get Acts chapter 20, I want to say like 22, 26 and 22, I want to say.
And also Matthew 28 as well, I believe. The Great Commission.
26 and yeah, 26 and 22, because this is what Paul's saying. Go ahead.
Acts 26 and verse 22. Right. Having therefore obtained help,
right? Having therefore attained help, go
of
ahead.
the Most High, I continue unto this day, witnessing both to small and great, saying none other things.
None other things. So yes, why else would Yahweh Shai come at what's that, Acts the 9th chapter? Why else would Yahweh Shai come and say, hey Paul, why are you kicking against the prince?
Right.
If Paul's doing something different. Yahweh Shai saying, why are you kicking against the prince? Meaning, do what I do.
If you love me so much.
If you love me, so do what I do. So Paul's not doing anything different. He's not teaching anything different from what Yahweh Shai was teaching with his 12 disciples. Yahweh Shai told him to go into the Gentiles. Matthew the 10th chapter, Yahweh Shai told the disciples to stay away from the Samaritans because they weren't on the level yet. Simple and plain as that. The disciples were simple. You got to build them up.
Everything got to be in order.
Everything got to be in order, man. That's why it was so, affectionately for Peter to stay in Jerusalem. Because that's who he used to teach to the circumcision, because the circumcision didn't get it either.
Yeah, because it was, that's why, Paul was, what did it say about the Gentiles? His office up to the Gentiles.
So go back to Galatians, the 2nd chapter.
It was two duties. Like for instance, like we say that the brother Arak was going into earlier, this is music. Right. So within a music score, some people play the wind instruments, some do string, some do drums. These are all different percussion, excuse me. These are all elements that make music. We all can't be wind instruments.
Right.
We all can't be the bass. Everybody can't play the bass.
Exactly.
Everybody can't be on the drums.
Exactly.
That's right.
You got it, bro.
Galatians 2:8. For he that wrought effectually in Peter to the apostleship of the circumcision,
The captain was just talking about, bro.
the same was mighty.
He was wrought effectually with the circumcision, meaning the ones who know the Israelites. So Peter had to deal with a lot of them, the Sadducees and Pharisees and things of that nature, who knew the law, who knew their Israelites, knew what their heritage was.
Could you imagine? See, that's how you know that this time we're in, we all fell away. So we're telling everybody, really through the Spirit, all of us have a day one of knowing that you were once, that scripture say, though you once knew it, that's coming to pass in this time. But back then, could you imagine? One moment you're dealing with an Israelite that's a heathen. This nigga got a chicken bone in his fucking neck or in his nose. But then the next day you go home and I was circumcised on the 8th day and I have never sinned.
Yeah.
That's a lot of that.
It's too extreme.
That's two extremes.
Go ahead, bro.
It says, for he that wrought effectually in Peter to the apostleship of the circumcision, the same was mighty in me toward the Gentiles.
Toward the Gentiles. So Paul was going towards the Gentiles. That was his purpose.
His mission.
His mission. There you go. That's why Yahweh Shai came to him. And that's another reason why Yahweh Shai, Paul was on the level. Paul was on the level. That's why you quoted in Philippians the 3rd chapter, circumcised the 8th day, Hebrew of the Hebrews, of the tribe of Benjamin,
Blameless.
knowing the law.
Gotta make sure that speaking about these Gentiles is actually he's talking about Israelites. He's not talking about the heathens.
That's right, and that's what they get misconstrued.
Yeah, I got a precept real quick.
Go ahead,
to
bro.
add to that. This is a cut to these Christians, man, because they like to say that the Most High love everybody, right? But then they never go to the book of Revelations. And I was thinking about this all week, so I'm just going to bring it out. This is Revelation 11, and I'm going to start at verse 1. And there was given me a rod, a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood saying, Rise and measure the temple of the Most High.
And read until as a rod is the Bible, and measure the temple of the Most High, meaning preaching to the Israelites.
And the altar and them that worship therein. But the court which is without the temple leave out.
Who's that? The heathens. You don't love everybody, you don't deal with everybody.
Where's the gate that's going to enter into the kingdom of heaven for Elon? Ishmael, and what is that, Revelation 21?
Right.
It says there's a gate, 3 gates on the west side, 3 gates on the east side, 3 gates north.
Where's the gate of Elon?
Where's the gate of Elon at?
Where's the gate of Ishmael?
Come on now.
Ham.
Hey, get the fuck out of here. Why is it in Revelation 7 they only mention 12,000 from each tribe of Israel?
Exactly.
Like this is simple, basic 101.
Yeah.
Bible 101 that Christians don't understand because they try to put it. That's why the scriptures say, what's that in Corinthians? The wisdom of this, I think it's 1 Corinthians 3 or 4 or something, second. The wisdom of this world is foolish. Right?
Yeah, it's just saying, Lord, use the foolish of this world to accomplish the cause.
Because this is a foolish thing that we're doing right now.
Because it's
In the
simple.
eyes of the people. Because it's simple. Exactly. You know?
But it's beautiful.
Exactly.
And that's something.
Verse 2 says, but the court which is without the temple leave out,
Right.
and measure it not,
Right.
for it is given unto the Gentiles.
See, and this Gentiles is not going into the Gentiles that's spoken of in Galatians 2 and 8 and Ephesians 2 and 12. That is it. When you look this up, this is different. Okay, Doesn't just say it like that.
Oh, but
Because
then-
when you look up the other Gentiles, that goes into Hellenistic.
Hey,
Okay, go ahead.
If Christians love to say, well, you know, to the Gentiles, what does this say?
Because it's cut. It's a clean cut. Because I think that the word of this is ethnos, which is in the ethnicity.
Listen, man, if you're not a Jew or a Greek, according to you Christians, man, you're gonna get through. Because throughout the Bible, you use the excuse, there's no difference between Jew and Greek. So, well, where the hell are where the hell are they? Like, as if Elon wasn't on earth no more. As if Ishmael, Japheth, as if these people weren't on the earth.
Right.
So, where's the... Come on, man.
And you Christians ain't really Christians because who were they calling Christians in the book of Acts? The Israelites, the one who followed Christ, or what you would say Christ, which means Hamashiach in the Hebrew, the anointed one, which is who? Yahushua. It was meant to be a derogatory term, just like when you go to Acts the 13th chapter and they call this niggas. Okay?
Finish off real quick. It says, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread under foot 40 and 2 months.
That's right. Which goes into that slavery. Okay? So that's a perfect script because it said measure the temple of the Most High, which is teach the people. What people? And in those two verses, it's a clear distinction and separation from who not to teach and who to teach. So you can't say, this goes back to Hebrews the 12th chapter, where it says someone profane as Esau. Profane meaning outside the temple, which goes back to Revelation the 11th chapter.
These niggas might saying looking for the Lord, man. Like I said, look at the condition of the world right now and what's going on. And these white people are scrambling, man. They're looking for JFK to come back. These white people think JFK and Donald Trump are going to save the fucking day. They're not looking for Jesus Christ.
You know what Esau's doing? Esau's in these stores and he's buying supplies. He's buying, his ammunition and shit like that. He's gearing up to be carnal.
Yeah, that's why.
Esau's doing.
That's why when you go into their churches, they have a picture of the president, and then that white Jesus and American flag inside the church.
Like the scriptures say that the Israelites bear witness, the Spirit bear witness. These nations ain't looking for any type of power to come and save them. They're looking to save. First of all, most of these people, they don't even have hope. They're looking for like I said last week, they're looking for the bad to come so they can die. A lot of these people have a death wish.
Yeah.
Right?
They're walking around aimlessly.
Yes.
They have no motive, no.
There's no assertiveness. There's no aggression. Can I read?
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Go
This
ahead.
is Matthew 28, backing up the scriptures that brother was reading. Matthew 28 and I'm gonna start at 18. And it says, and Yahushua came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. Go ye therefore and teach all nations. Baptize them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit.
And like I say, you mentioned it earlier, the Lord's name is grievous unto the heathens. So that's definitely not speaking to these motherfucking heathens. That's talking to the Israelites, man. Right? The other Gentiles.
Right.
Hey, going back to Abraham. Genesis, if you read Genesis, matter of fact, get that real quick. Go to Genesis 19. Get Genesis 19 at the top, because the Lord blessed Abraham and all the nations that were going to come out of him. But again, like you said, a Christian, a vocab Malone type, see, nations. Bro, the nation of Israel is a nation of nations.
Yeah.
You understand how big Issachar is? Issachar is a whole country. Brazil is a whole country. That's just a whole nation of them. And so-called Negroes account for like most of the spending power in America.
Puerto Ricans.
Puerto Ricans, all of the tribes of the nation of Israel, minus you know, like certain tribes are a little smaller. You know what I'm saying? But overall, each tribe is literally a nation itself. That's why we beef with each other. That's why niggas have an issue with Mexicans, because we don't even look at it like, damn, we're really just one people. Because it's like, yo, how the hell could, you know how we're at the sands of the sea?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
19:1.
Yeah.
Genesis 19:1. And there came two angels to Sodom at evening, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. And he said, behold, now my lords, turn in, I pray you.
Is it 18 or is it 19? Well, he blessed Abraham. Genesis. Is it 21?
Go to Genesis 21 and 13.
Oh, 20. Go to 22. 22 and 17. Let's go straight to the book.
Genesis 22:17. That in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore. And thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies. And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice. That's plain and simple. You can't get around that.
We are a nation. We are a nation of nations within ourselves.
You gotta remember the Lord blessed Abraham when he changed his name. Because Abraham means father exalted, and when he changed his name to Abraham, that means hey, really hot. Alright, you know it, y'all know it. It means father of multitude.
Yeah.
I mean, home, man.
Genesis 22 and 18.
Yeah, no, you're still in with your precept. Weren't you?
Just like 11. And the Most High said unto him, I am power almighty. You will multiply a nation, and a nation shall be of thee, and a king shall come out of thy loins.
Come on now. It says a nation, and of nations thou shalt be, right? See? So what do you think that means? Israel's seed shall be nations upon nations. When you go into the genealogies, as a matter of fact, we go to Genesis 36 chapter 1. They about the generations of Esau. Instead of nobody. They don't speak about nations. That tribe. They don't speak about that. And you don't see that about Ishmael.
No.
So get Revelation 7 real quick. Start at the top.
Revelation 7:1. And after these things I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor any tree.
Speaking about the destruction, go ahead.
And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
So hold that. So when you go into tribes, that means nations as well. So all the nations of Israel, all of them shall be sealed. Okay? So when you read Matthew 28 chapter and it talks about the Great Commission, and it says nations and everything, no, that's speaking about the nations of Israel. That's why Christians even get small understanding scriptures, such as let's see, what's that in Romans 12, where it talks about if your enemy thirsts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It says the same thing in Proverbs. You know, he's just reiterating the book of Proverbs, but Revelation 10, that's not talking about me going to an Edomite. No, a brother.
Yeah, because you Edomites, when we came out of Egypt, we weren't trying to give us no water. We weren't trying to give us no food.
Exactly.
So how the hell does it now turn into us being peaceable with you and us turning the cheek when you hit us and shit, man? Get the fuck out of here.
That's why Samuel told Saul, and he reiterated to Saul, because you remember what our brother Esau did to us in the wilderness.
Right.
That's why he told him to go and destroy them and take none of their spoil.
In the beginning, that's what Genesis means. This is your Edomites' history towards us, man.
Right. These things aren't forgotten. Okay? That's what
What the Lord say? What the Lord say in the book of Job? I require that which I require that of the past. What's past?
So these are really, this is what you call the Lord pulling out the receipts. All right, the Lord pulling out the receipts. You can drop that.
This is Genesis 12:1, and it says, "Now the Lord has said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, and unto a land that I will shew thee. All right, and I will make thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee."
So he said, get out of there, and I will make thee a nation, right? It says a nation. Now we understand a nation. So we understand he had 8 sons. Of course he had daughters, but he had 8 sons, which would be 8 different nations. This is saying I will make thee a great nation. So he's talking about one particular son that he's going to use
We don't even know.
to put the seed through.
We don't even know Abram. Do we even know Abram's 6 other sons' names?
Hell.
Then you go to book of Chronicles.
Does it name
you
them?
don't name them.
Okay.
You know?
But if I can say, the scriptures talk about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not Abraham, Isaac, and Ishmael. It's always Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Yeah, because like you said, if that was the case, Ishmael got more of a, you could say Ishmael has more of a reason to fight for a part of this inheritance than Esau. Ishmael is of the era Abraham 8, where we're going into came out of Abraham. He was in the same womb.
Yeah.
I mean, not the same womb, but you get what I'm saying. Came in the same. Yeah, man, it's Satan out here, man. Just keep the scripture. Verse 3, finishing it, and it says, "And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed." So what does that what should that make you think of? That should make you think of, matter of fact, I'll get it since you get the scripture real quick. It said, all families of the earth shall be blessed. But at the beginning it said what? Nation, singular. So let's go from there real quick, and I'm gonna pass it back to you. Let's go to Amos 3. Amos 3 and I started at the top, Amos 3:1, and it says, "Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities." Man,
You know it's talking about all 12 tribes. We call it Egypt. That's what
we're family.
like.
We're all family.
I was talking to this Jake yesterday. No, Thursday, I think. And he's Peruvian. He made it clear that he was Peruvian. And I was asking about his lunch. I was like, "What did you get for lunch?" And tacos. He said, and I thought he was this one. I said, "No, man." I said, "Man, I said, "Man, you know what I'm saying." He didn't like them.
That was an insult to him.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
it really was.
Mexican?
That's what he said. He's like, "I'm not Mexican." And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, we all the same thing. We just don't know it yet.
Yeah, if I can say, man, these other northern tribes, man, y'all eat tacos too, man. Stop front.
Right.
Man.
And he said,
Fuck
he
outta
said,
here, man.
yeah, I had a meal prep. I had some cabbage and some asparagus and some grilled chicken. I was like, man, shut the fuck up. Your ass gonna go home and eat some fucking enchiladas later, man. Oh, this shit's crazy out here.
You know, like, it's like Dominicans. You know, like Dominicans ain't nothing but dark niggas.
Right.
That speak Spanish.
Right.
Dark niggas that speak Spanish. And their food is like unspicy Mexican food.
Bro, they eat Dominican fried chicken.
Right.
The Dominican is like the black woman. It's the same. Look at Cardi B. That's the same shit, man. Niggas that speak Spanish, man.
But we all eat beans and chicken, man.
But the difference is
We all eat rice and beans, curry,
some type of gravy. Some type of gravy.
sweet potatoes.
Right.
Come on, man.
Come on. Yo, but here's some edification on Abraham. Go ahead, bro.
This is First Chronicles, chapter 1, verse 32. Paradise.
That's why I said the other week. To understand the minds of the people, go drive. Go drive down the street and you'll see the minds of the people. This place is through. I do all the through. You see,
Through.
that's the spirit. Through. This place is through. You know, got little Edomites tripping on sticks and shit. I don't know where the fuck they going.
Bro, it's a stick.
Tripping on a stick, a twig.
They have Popeyes.
Bro, this shit is Babylon, man. This is
Hey, that stick don't be.
Oh man.
Hey, that stick in the spirit.
Through.
First Chronicles, chapter 1, verse 32.
To understand that Abraham had multiple sons, so that would be multiple nations.
Okay, go ahead. It says, now the sons of Keturah, Abraham's concubine, she bears Zimran and Jokshan and Medan and Midian and Ishbak and Shua, the sons of Jokshan, Sheba and Dedan. Hey, blessed. Show me the one on earth right now. Blessed. Verse 33, and the sons of Midian, Ephah and Ephah and Enoch and Abida and El-Nahah. All these are the sons of Keturah. And Abraham begat Isaac, the sons of Isaac, Esau, and Israel.
That goes to show you that Abraham had multiple sons. Therefore, you know that the seed went through Isaac because that's where the Lord established it. Okay?
In process of time, that the king of Egypt died,
Right?
and the children of Israel
Oh, okay.
sighed by reason of the bondage.
All right, so it doesn't sound like the reason the people are in bondage right now. Because you got to understand, this is the book of the Israelites. Why the fuck would this book be talking to any... So why not like that, but why would this book be talking about the history of Ishmael?
Right.
It mentions it because they need to be mentioned for, they were here. But this is a book of the Israelites. Why the hell would it be given a super in-depth breakdown? It's off. See, this is off.
That's
bro.
off.
Why would in-depth breakdown of Ishmael and the slavery that they went through and how they got out of it? No, it's the Israelites. Go ahead, bro.
It says, by reason of the bondage, and they cried, and their cry came up unto the Most High by reason of the bondage.
Right? Go ahead.
And the Most High heard their groaning.
Yes.
And the Most High remembered his covenant
With?
with Abraham,
Yes. Go ahead.
with Isaac,
Go ahead.
and with Jacob.
And with Jacob. Because that's what the promise was planted.
That would have said Esau. That would have said Ishmael. That would have said Elam. That would have said Ham.
This is where you get the word reprobate from. That's why you have to go with this. The Christians with this lie that you make up that everybody can be saved. Now you got to go back and prove it in the history. What, you just think Israelites just woke up and just started talking about everybody can make it now? This is exclusive. I always paint the picture, a very small analogy of you know, you go in a club, you go buy, you know, speaking of off experience, but you go to the club, you know, you go buy tables. What, you just gonna have everybody and their mama at your table drinking your drinks that you bought on your tab? Hell no. You gonna be with your boys, people that you know, your family, and make it exclusive.
That's right.
Right, you Edomites know it best. You Christians know it best. It's called what? A Christian Academy, which is a private school.
Ain't no niggas in that,
Ain't
bro.
no niggas in that. It's a private school. I mean, it's exclusive
So who can afford it?
to who can afford it and who can be in there. That's why everybody else got to go to public schools. You get out of here, man. Because if everybody can be saved, real talk, man, that Christianity stuff is Esau's New World Order.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It was a thing that rocked the people to be in this sleep, man.
That's it.
Christianity is lean.
That's it.
It's a big bottle of lean, man.
A big bottle of walk. Big bottle of walk.
Man,
A big bottle of walk.
Get Isaiah chapter 29. Start at
That's all it is.
At 10.
Rock
You can
your
start
ass
at
to
9.
sleep, man.
You know, because it oh, it is. Go ahead.
Verse 25. And the Most High looked upon the children of Israel, and the Most High had respect unto them.
That's right. He had respect unto them, which goes back. The word respect means to look back upon. To look back upon. So you got to go back to the history and look who the Lord established the seed and who the Lord is dealing with. There's too many scripts that talk about. Come on, there's too many scripts that talk about who the Lord is dealing with and how the Lord is dealing with them. Go ahead, man.
See these so-called white people, man. You just been lied to, man.
That's right.
You just in gross darkness. You see, the average so-called white person, like we said, the average so-called white person don't even know their own history.
They don't.
To understand how did they even get established to even be in a position
Right.
that they're in right now. That's why when they look at the Statue of Liberty, they should really all you so-called white people should go to the Statue of Liberty and bow to it, man. Cause that's the man that set y'all up, man. Which ain't nothing but Alexander the Greek in drag. That's all it is. But these people don't know where their roots are and where it established. You really shouldn't even be worshiping Jesus Christ. You should be worshiping. Give me the 4 generals: Ptolemy, Cassander, Lysimachus, and what's the 4th one? Seleucid. All right, and Alexander the Greek. All of y'all should have next to JFK, and it's the pictures of those 5 devils, man. Freaks. But you don't know shit.
Those are your forefathers. Those are your forefathers.
The reason why you even have the language of Greek, the reason why you even have the language of Latin, all of this goes back to them men and what they did on the earth, man.
Right.
But you don't even know that, so now you're trying to hijack something else.
Right, exactly.
Get the hell out of here.
That's what Esau always did. Once Esau, the self-proclaimed white man, okay, because you got to say it right now, the self-proclaimed white man, once he came out of the Caucasus Mountains, which is a real thing, tripping over shit again, okay?
Through.
The caveman, because Caucasian means a cave dweller, and that's what they call themselves, they went to where? The Ottoman Turks, and they took on the name of the Turks, okay? Because Esau's the biggest identity thief on the planet Earth.
Yeah.
Everywhere he goes, he's going to steal the identity because he's embarrassed of him being an Edomite. So he's going to call himself white. He's going to call himself Caucasian.
European.
He's going to call himself European and Ottoman Turk. He's going to call himself He gonna call himself a German. Okay? No, it's cool.
Yo, man, when I go home,
Bruh.
first thing I'm doing is taking a shower, man. There's so much
This
through this out
dirty.
here, man.
You're right.
Bro, today is showing that Esau is through, man. Absolutely finished. Absolutely finished. And they know it too. That's why they giggling and laughing. Us laughing at them.
Imagine being
That shit
afraid.
funny,
Imagine
man.
being afraid of these people, man.
Bro, I got a piece of these things. Go ahead, brother.
Job 30:1. It says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have this day to have set with the dogs of my flock. Talking about these Edomites.
That's all propaganda for the world to believe that these are those people, man. Like I said, man, once you come to the history of who they are, man, they're just
Rats.
Rats, peasants.
Right,
Basemen.
That's why the scriptures say they are the bases of men, and that's why it says the least of them shall draw them out. All right? You got the bases of the Edomites over in Israel, the Amalekites.
The little
over here,
hats.
them
Them
Jays.
Jays.
Go ahead, bro. What's your precept? It says, oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Verse 2 says, yea, where to, Mike? The strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness, in former times desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes,
Fucking cavemen.
and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks.
This is the perfect example. You can pair this up with the book of Obadiah. Okay? Where they're in habitations. Okay? But it says in the clefts of the rock. Who is this? This is the Edomites. The self-proclaimed white man. This is where they came from. Okay?
And you stole the caves.
And you stole fucking because this wasn't your Caucasus Mountain wasn't your land. You migrated over there.
And you stole that. You stole the land of Seir.
No, nobody wants you around. That's why Nahum, the 3rd chapter, says, woe to the bloody city full of lies and robbery. You white people are robbers.
Right.
You Edomites are robbers and murderers. How did you acquire this land? You're robbers and you're murderers, and you keep tripping over sticks.
Hey, y'all rob each other.
Y'all really gangsters.
Man.
Where else do you think Jake got that type of mentality and characteristics from?
The biggest scammer is the so-called white man. The biggest whore is the so-called white woman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I said it.
Hey, the realest nigga ever is a so-called white man.
The gangster, the scammer, the trapper. Who's selling all these pills? Got you all doped up. Your own people.
Fentanyl.
Your jug kings.
The niggas out here on Canton Road, you made a real trapper. But nigga, you ain't trapped the world.
This devil, man.
This devil did, man.
Esau moved metric tons. Legally. Remember that movie, Man Apart?
Tankers of dope.
Talking shit to the drug dealer in the house, niggas got arrested. And he was like, man, you ain't moving shit. He was like, the real guys are the ones that's moving metric tons of this shit. And that's Esau, man.
Hey, Future made that song for Esau. He made that for Esau.
Because Esau listen to this music. Future's biggest fans of these Edomites.
Right.
The truth.
Yeah.
You ain't no $100 million nigga in the music industry without these so-called white people buying your music and buying into your storyline, your merch.
Buying all the t-shirts and
I
shit.
ain't bought a CD in 15 years.
Right.
It wouldn't be no industry music. It wouldn't be no music industry if it was left up to me.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Buying shit.
Buy what? Last CD I bought was Trick Daddy. 2009. I know what it was.
Yeah. I know my bad.
Verse 7 it says, among the bushes they brayed, under the nestles they were gathered together.
Hell no.
When I read that, I think of Chewbacca in Star Wars. You know what Chewbacca speaks? That's how you fucking eat them up. Yeah, exactly. I remember Elder Yashawama did a video going into that. He said Esau sound like Chewbacca in the wilderness, man. Verse 8. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth.
Vile. Fucking beast, man.
They don't wash. They so-called, man. Yo, you a bad man, man, if you stick your face in a so-called white woman between her legs.
Man,
I'm
hell
being
no.
real.
You don't fear anything.
You don't fear. You a wild beast, bro. Because see, these so-called white, they go on TV and they complain. Hey, you know what? I only wash on Sundays.
The whole family has one bar soap they use with no washcloth.
They smell like a wet dog, man.
They wash twice a month.
Hey, you know the show that exposed? You know the show that exposed it? No. Dave Chappelle, Trading Spouses.
Oh man.
He went into that restaurant. He's like, they only use one bar of salt.
And they look at us like we the nasty. Man, motherfucker, we taught y'all how to wash salt.
Exactly.
Draws deteriorate off of.
You niggas, they don't. You the real. Yeah, we said, man, we gonna get back in that spirit of calling you crackers. You the real niggas, man. You the real niggas. Yo, you gonna be niggas in that field in captivity, man.
Beautiful.
We gonna have you in that field, and you gonna be dark meat.
That's right. That's
You
right.
gonna be cooked under the sun, man. Red fucking meat, man. We gonna have you beef jerky.
Man,
212 degrees.
the sun is going, man.
No cloud in the sky.
Yeah, ain't gonna be no sunscreen in
Just
the
pure
kingdom.
UV.
Or you can the clouds, man. Get the
But we're gonna have the power to do that.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Like I said, just talking about how nasty they are. I go in their houses and work. Those are nasty as fuck. They're like $700,000 houses.
They're nasty.
All over the place.
They are nasty.
Nasty.
You watch the show Hoarderers.
Majority of those people are hoarders.
Better buy, man, bro.
No.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to turn the camera on. Go ahead, bro. Verse 9. And now, in their song, yea, I am their byword. They abhor me, they flee far from me, and spare not to spit in my face. Because he hath loosed my cord and afflicted me, they have also let loose the bridle before me. That's the
Esau, you born into your own light. The Lord made you great for a what? A period of time. The Lord gave you a period, and the scripture says, but a short period. But you smelling yourself too much. You think that you don't want to remember how to fuck where you came from. Like I said, you don't have an inheritance on the earth. Your land, listen, your land, the land of Edom, is a destitute land. That's going back to the cap years ago. Your land, even your land that the Lord gave you, the land of Edom, is a shit land. The Lord, really, you the lamest creation of the Lord, man.
Yeah.
The Lord, hey, Jacob I love and Esau I hate. The Lord ain't give you, all the Lord gave you was enough to do this wicked shit on the earth. But when you really analyze them, the men, women, and children, they ain't shit, man.
Right.
They stink, they're stupid. All right? They don't got it, man.
Hey, as you went into like a couple weeks at camp, these elites of Esau, they got more respect for us. You so-called white people, you just useless eaters, man. Like nobody gives a Jacob Rothschild and all these elites, they don't give a damn about you common white folks, man.
Look at the news. The first people go, can I get Revelation 6 and 4? Because what's coming to these so-called white people, they're coming against themselves. Esau and his elite, they about to start shooting them down in the street. That's why they want to take your guns. That's why they want to take your right. You are the first ones to be attacked. Bring out that Revelation 6 and 4.
Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was
Because
red.
you low-level Americans, you drink your little boxes of wine. You know, you eat your cheese sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? You think that you are linked in with your elite. They don't care about you. Go ahead.
And there, Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red.
Oh, who's the red man? Who's the real red man? Esau. He's the one without color. That's why when they blush, hey, this is an old school breakdown. That's why when they blush, they turn red. Right. That's why when you smack them in the face, they turn red. That's why when you smack they women on the ass, their ass turns red. It's your handprint in red.
Stop when they get angry.
They turn red. In the sun, they turn red. Right? Red man.
Walk outside and check mail.
Red.
Red.
Falls asleep in the sun, turns red.
Wakes up. In shade.
They call themselves rednecks.
Get sick, turns red. Okay? You are the red. So this red horse here is you Edomites, man. All right?
Hey, you know, a few years ago, we get a group of white people walking by. It's going to be some kind of contention, some kind of, you know, nothing.
Nothing.
Esau's
Not a damn.
Matter of fact, when you get
This ain't CNN.
yeah, this ain't.
That was the last of it.
They don't even give a proud look at it. They just kind of
Get their head down.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's the spirit. I was just about to call that. All right, keep going with that.
Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
Yeah, power was given to him to take peace from the earth. Who gave the red horse the power? Yahweh Shemiah Rashad to fulfill prophecy. All right, keep going.
It says, and that they should kill one another.
And they should kill one another. So like I said, we so-called white people, matter of fact, what Isaiah 19, they the first ones on the chopping block.
Right.
Women and the so-called white people. All right? Because who buys into the so-called white man's agenda the most? Our women.
The black woman.
Our women buy into that agenda, so they're going to get the same judgment as him.
Beautiful.
All right? Get that in Isaiah 19 and
Can't wait.
Egyptian against Egyptian.
Isaiah chapter 19 and 1. The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt.
Yeah, Egypt. This is modern day Egypt, man. Look at it. Just look at this place, man. The way you people move, how you think, is very Egyptian. Okay? The pyramids.
Yeah.
Pyramids. I mean, just look at the back of your dollar bill. That's the first breakdown you get when you become a conspiracy theorist.
You got a pyramid in Memphis. You got and we go to Las Vegas. They have a casinos that's after the Egyptians, man.
Yeah. And that's just a few. Obelisks all through America, these parks. Go to DC. Okay? Keep going, brother.
It says, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence.
Yeah, the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. These idols they don't got the power that they once had. Okay? Because that's why the Lord is cutting off all witchcraft that the apostles was going into last week at camp. Esau acts like he likes to portray himself like he's an atheist, but really he's polytheist. Yeah. These so-called white people believe in all gods.
That's right.
The nerve of them to tell you it's no God when their whole system and their whole personality is they believe in every God. You done took the Hamites' gods, you done took the Hawaiian God, you try to take our God. Now we understand that the gods of the other nations are idols, but man, ain't nobody a bigger Egyptian than Esau. Esau's Egyptian love trumps all of the black conscious community. You niggas ain't that Egyptian. Man, I'm tired. I'm tired of these hoes, man. Keep going, bro.
It says, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it.
Yeah, the heart of Egypt shall melt, man. And that's what we're witnessing out here. We're witnessing the minds of these people melt. It ain't much going on in these minds of these people. That's why they're all about carnality and having fucking fun. Right. How are you having fun when you don't... just think about it. Gas right now in Georgia is gonna hit $5 probably by the end of the month for regular. Okay, gas gonna hit $5. Baby formula shortage. Name me some other things.
Rent.
Oh,
rent is went up in Atlanta.
Come on now. A lot of you niggas are about to be sleeping in your cars by the end of the year. That's real. A lot of you, hey, we were talking about this, what was it, a few weeks ago, bro? These extended stays.
Yeah. Bro, them motherfuckers is $400 a week now.
$400 a week. I remember when I had to stay on one, when I first came in the truth, it used to be you could get you an extended stay, but like, not even.
For the deuce.
Maybe like $170 for the week. Yeah. If you go up there, what's that up there, Jimmy Carter and before you hit Peachtree Corners and that stretch, it's certain there. It used to be you could get an extended stay for $150, $170 a week. Hey, yep. But now these things is $300, $400 a week. Damn. Come on now. That's $1,600 to stay in a fucking one-bed hotel with a miniature fridge, man.
The food prices going up. Like at the top of this year, a carton of eggs, 12 eggs is like $1.59. Them motherfuckers is $3 now.
Eggs. Bro, go walk through your grocery store. It'll have you double back. I was talking to this brother remember we were talking about this the other day? I was like, when the grocery store, bro, you nigga women aren't even gonna be able to feed your little kids cereal and milk soon, man. I looked at it, I was like walking down the cereal aisle. And I see the family, you know how they have the family boxes of cereal?
That's what I be going
It's
to.
like $8 a box now.
Shit. I go to Dallas though.
I had to get some soap the other day.
Yeah.
I went into the store to get the
They
soap.
ain't even there.
Four pack of some just regular soap and soap. Like $8.
Hey, come on, man.
It's like, what the fuck?
I'm telling you, few items. You go to the grocery store and go get a few items of shit, man. You better have $60.
Hell
You
yeah.
can't even go in the grocery store with less than $60. And I'm talking about making regular shit. You might need some. Might want to make tacos. You talking about tacos? You might want to. Tacos used to be the cheapest thing to make. Tacos, spaghetti. Yeah. That shit ain't cheap no more. By the
Hell
time you done
no.
got you a $10 pack of meat, the pack of tacos is gonna cost you. The kit gonna cost you like $3-4,
Not
right?
even that. Even if you just go get the tortillas and some cheese, that's $10.
Man.
That's $10.
That hey.
Cheese is $10.
Man.
Sour cream is $5-6. Woo. Sauce.
Sauce about goddamn $3.
That's a luxury item.
Bill right there.
Yeah,
Bro.
boy, now. But leave it to these people out here. It's all a celebratory moment, man.
Yeah, but you know what? And you know, people I live with now, my rib, you know, whatever, they don't see it. They just don't get it. And I be dropping little hints and shit. I be like, yo, man, you know, maybe you know, we should get a little extra to the side, you know. But these motherfuckers don't do it. They don't get it. They just not seeing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be as subtle as possible, you know, not to blow the cover on what's really going on, but you know, you gotta drop a few things. here and there.
Yeah.
And people just not getting it. They not understanding. That's I said this months ago. I remember telling you months ago, I was like, yo, watch this house and shit. Watch what's gonna happen. And it fucking happened.
Bro, you gotta move to fucking Rome, Georgia to goddamn get some good rent. And then it's like Jacob be saying it, but they can't filter to the scriptures. That's why we out here, man. To let you know of the famine, the pestilence, the death and destruction, man. All right?
Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth. All right? Going with that, Isaiah.
Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
Yeah, the modern day Egyptians are you Americans,
Babylonian.
you Babylonians. You're against each other. And I, as much as I hate it, I can't wait. I cannot wait until this political season really take off, man. All right?
Oh, yeah.
By the end of this year, going into the top of the year, if we still here, we're full force, full-fledged into political season. That's why when you drive down your roads, what do you see? Vote for this judge. Vote for this person. Vote for the Senate. Raphael Warnock and all these devils.
What's that?
Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker. I was about to say. I was like, I saw that shit. I was like, who this
Who the fuck
nigga
is voting for Herschel Walker?
Oh, you got the gubernatorial campaign with
Stacey
Abrams and Kemp.
Kemp.
I hope that nigga Kemp get in, man.
Hey, man, I fuck with G. Kemp, man.
Man, Kemp's the dude, man. I hope Kemp's an Israelite.
I fuck with Kemp, man. He's a rebel, man. He ain't voted for these presidents.
That's
man.
a real
He's
nigga right there,
respectful
bro.
for the people.
He's like the Lord anointed, man.
I fuck with Kemp, man.
Shit for real, you know. But you Americans, man, wait until this political season comes. Y'all gonna be on each other's ass,
Man,
man.
because you know what? The narrative is being set. You know what I'm saying? That precept right there. But read it again, huh? Read it again.
Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. And they
Because what's happening now? Like we mentioned it earlier about these people's rights being taken away. These white Americans' rights being taken away. Right? That's going to cause the Egyptians against the Egyptians, man. You're going to have these redneck Edomites down here in the South that's not going to allow that shit, man. And they're going to buck up against the government. And the next thing you know, we got shit popping off down here, man.
As Esau start taking these different rights away and doing weird things. Let this Roe versus Wade.
Right.
Oh,
that
man.
too.
Let them take away these abortions for real. Let them start doing shit like that. These women gonna start, man, at this on all levels politically, man. Like you said, these red devils, they gonna be mad at the blue devil. The blue devils gonna come against the red devils. All right? Gays against straight.
Right.
Republican against Democrat.
Men and women.
South from the north, west and east. See, you Edomites, he tried to paint a whole, yo, man, it's the East Coast, West Coast beef, son. Yo, they're beefing. Oh, you white people ain't seen beef yet. Y'all, like I said, Y'all got a rough season coming ahead for y'all, man.
That's right.
Y'all got a real rough. See, we've been low in this society.
Right.
Right.
We've been eating ramen noodles with hot dogs in it and shit, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We grew up on peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
are. If one thing most of us know is we know how to survive the fucking struggle, man.
Edomites don't know how to survive. These are the same goddamn devils that's gonna be down here where we at, jumping off the goddamn high rises and shit, man. They can't handle any type of adversity.
None. So let this world start changing from what you know right now. Y'all gonna be on each other's ass, man. You got what you got, bro. Hold that. We gonna say that.
This is Mark chapter 3 and verse 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself,
Woo!
that kingdom cannot stand.
And how is this kingdom gonna stand, man? It's divided. Man, this thing is so divided, man. It's divided. It's divided. It's like it divides, and then it divides again, and then it divides again, and then it divides again, and then it divides again. So it goes from 2. So it started out with 2. Like y'all brothers, have y'all heard of Newsmax? The news station on YouTube is called Newsmax. Bro, it's the far right, right? Like Fox News is too liberal for these people. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think so. It's called Newsmax. So they made another new, like Fox News was too liberal for these people. So they made a whole nother fucking news station, but they're extremists. Bro, how the hell is Fox News too liberal for you? They openly hate niggas on Fox News. But see, that's that split. It started out as 2, and then the 2 became 4, and then the 4 became 8, and then the 8 became 16. Exponentially, you are splitting amongst yourselves, man. That's why it's to the point now, man, how do you talk to these people? How do you have a conversation amongst regular people in your day-to-day life? It's such an art, like how you said. It's so artful of how we talk to everybody, because you gotta stand for yourself, but not expose yourself. Because everything is controversial now. Abortion. What's your opinion on abortion? That can start a whole fucking fight. What's your opinion on Ukraine? You start a whole fucking fight. You got it, brother.
Vaccinated against.
Come on now.
They real big on that. Every time I run into one, if I'm at, because I got to wear a mask at work, take that shit off. We don't do that around here. Or either, hey, put your mask on. We all vaccinated. They strong. They hold them real strong. That's a real big divide.
That's a big divide.
Let the niggas start coughing at the job.
They calling the CDC on your ass.
Right.
Having you quarantined
Right.
in a cage. Let this gorilla pox break out, man. Let this gorilla pox break out. They already painted the narrative, and who's the spreader of it? Moles. That's the moles, man. You gotta get them out of here.
Beautiful.
Because that's another thing amongst these Edomites too. You want to know who's big on anti-homosexuality? Esau. Esau's a big boss. Or he's a super against that shit. All people on the other hand, man, you know.
Never heard it called it.
They ain't bothering nobody, just keep it over there. Come on, man. You know that Isaiah 19.
Isaiah 19:2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother.
And they shall fight everyone against his brother. This is going into civil wars. Not just the civil wars, but there's different types of civil wars. We've been saying for the longest now, hey man, it's gonna be a war of men against women.
Right.
You can't put all this energy into the world and think that like it ain't. Hey man, every time I cut on the news, I'm seeing a woman get her ass beat on the
Bro,
internet, man.
It's every day.
Every day on the internet, it's a some woman somewhere getting her ass beat.
But you still got women out here, like this bitch over here. She still got a goddamn bikini on in the goddamn city. Like, these bitches are so goddamn stupid, they don't know what the fuck is going on, man.
Hey, but good for them.
Good, yeah, beautiful, man. I'm glad.
You know, these women, they think that they're, man, these women think they're invincible. Oh, man.
Because it's the witchcraft. They put these shows on
Black Girl Magic.
Black Girl Magic, Queen Latifah killing niggas. Queen Latifah ain't doing shit out here, man. You know.
That's what it is, man.
Oh, prime example. That fucking, what she worked at? Family Dollar or Dollar Tree? She was dragging the nigga through the store
Yeah.
with dread. Y'all want to talk about that?
No, yeah, go ahead with it.
Oh, but yeah. In what age do you know a woman to stand up to a man and think that she can do that? Only in this day and age.
I tell you-
all it took was one goddamn roundhouse kick to the face or a goddamn jab, and she would have been out of there.
Man,
I ain't gonna hit her.
man, no, don't do it.
Do it.
Don't do it. Listen, man. Hey, man, let a woman be beating on her. Hey, man, I be in that Esther spirit, man. I be taking things that happen to men personally, in the truth and out of the truth. Man, listen, man, if I was in that store and she was doing that to somebody, man, I would have helped. I would have been on the other aisle and just, man, I would have pushed the whole aisle over, man.
Right. Hit her.
I would have hit.
I be wishing shit like that
I'm
happened to me.
telling you,
So
I'm
I
like,
can-
oh, man.
Man.
I'm telling you, man. She would have got knocked from the coloring books to the dish soap, to the snacks.
Kind of like that bus driver.
Oh man.
You don't know.
Oh man.
Nah, you remember? Nah. I got a classic one for you. Remember, dude on the train in New York with the leather jacket?
Oh man.
Eight-ball jacket?
Yeah.
I gotta share that one.
Bro.
Bitch smacked him or hit him. He turned around and on the train.
Haymaker, goddamn.
Haymaker knocked her the fuck out, man. He might have did, but that smack was heard around the world, man.
Like that crocker that beat that bitch up in the gas station.
You women, you get used to it, man. Get used to it, man. That's gonna be the new norm. That's gonna be the new fucking norm, man. And I promise you, I'm not the man to think that I'm gonna help your ass.
No.
I'm gonna pull out the camera and world star your ass, man.
Bro, the scriptures say strive not a matter that doesn't concern you. I'm gonna let you bitches rot, man.
I'm telling you, man. Because you an Egyptian as well, man. Keep going with that I said.
Everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor. City against city.
City against city, man. Right now, you remember a few years ago on social media, everything was all like, goddamn Florida. Goddamn Florida. Yeah, we gonna cut Florida off, man. Texas is because we're Israelite. We've been in this brotherly hate curse for the longest anyway. Niggas always looking for a reason to hate each other. We all have experienced that. Go somewhere. Go somewhere. Oh, you know, you from the South? God damn.
Nah.
Oh, you from here? Nigga, I didn't choose where I was fucking born. Niggas have always been hating on each other about where you from. You ain't from New York? Oh, you from upstate? Oh, you ain't from Atlanta? Atlanta niggas hating niggas from Augusta, niggas hating niggas from Savannah. This is all a norm amongst us. But you Edomites, oh, y'all about to get real separated amongst each other. Where you from?
That's why you got Edomites on the internet talking about it difference between white folks and white folks.
See?
Trying to, you know,
That distinction.
Yeah, like you still white.
See, they say they try to make us feel like that's some shit that only blacks do. Like in LA, you get pressed. Yo, where you from? Where you from? That's a LA nigga spirit.
Oh,
you Edomites
yeah.
about to be like that. Wait, listen to your accent. What the fuck you doing here, man? What are you doing here, Yankee?
Where the hell you from?
We don't like your con around here. Get that in second Ezra's. You should desire to go into a city. These militia Edomites, they gonna be at borders, man. They gonna be at borders. They gonna take these Edomites. What was his name? Kyle Ritter.
Rittenhouse.
Rittenhouse, yep.
There's gonna be more Kyle Rittenhouses taking matters in their own fucking hand, man.
Y'all remember that movie?
They can't wait.
How it is?
Yeah.
Remember when they had
Forrest Whitaker was in it.
no, the movie with Mark Wahlberg and Clance.
Oh, the Nolan,
Right? Remember they had to stop at a town, and the town was blocked out by the people that lived there, and it was a bunch of rednecks and shit. They wouldn't let nobody in.
Mm-hmm.
And they was like, "Well, how you know so and so?" And they was like, "Yeah, we friends."
And then they had to make the call, and they
Oh
had
no,
to
that was This Is How It Is.
Was it?
That was This Is How It Is.
Okay,
because
yeah.
he went to go pull up on the woman.
Right.
And
Oh,
they,
yeah.
They had the whole
whole neighborhood community.
the whole main entrance to the city. It was blocked off with buses.
Yeah, they were sitting with guns.
Sitting there with guns, and they were like, "Who you know here?" And they called, and she was like, "Yeah." Like you said, these people gonna start taking matters into their own hands, man. These cow-ridden houses, these non-patient having Edomites, all right? They're gonna start grabbing them GUNs and hitting the streets, man. Okay? You got that in 2nd Ezra? Zimmermans. Man, Zimmerman is a god amongst you Edomites, man.
Right.
He really is. They probably, they see Zimmerman out, they want to shake his hand and shit probably.
Put it there.
He's probably multi-millionaire.
Of course, he probably get donations on donations. That nigga's good, man. It's good business killing niggas.
Right.
They auctioned this gun off for like a super high bill.
Damn.
Yeah, they did. I remember that. You should desire to go to a city. I got it.
2nd Ezra 16 and verse 27. It says, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. For of a city, that was that one.
Yeah, so that's it. You shall desire to go into a city. That's what's coming. The ability, see, you people are so used to maneuvering and going how you want, how you please. If I want to go to South Carolina, you go. If you want to go to Georgia, you go. If you want to go to New York, you go. Texas, everywhere. Go ahead, bro.
The 2nd Ezra 15 and 17.
Yep.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Shall not be able. These borders is going to shut you down. What's a good thing to watch too is how these states were formed. You know, and you start to see how did Georgia, where does the end point and the beginning point of these states and cities begin? It typically begins with waterways. Think about it. Every time you travel, if you've driven across the state lines and stuff, you typically understand. You got to cross over a bridge or go over some water or some shit, and that lets you know you have now entered, or a mountain. It's something that separates North Carolina from South Carolina. Yes, the Mississippi River,
Right.
Ohio and those other states, the Ohio Valley River.
Yep, exactly. Kentucky and Ohio. To let
Kentucky
you
and
know.
Ohio,
Yeah.
Virginia and Ohio. Typically, what separates these places, New York and New Jersey. What separates New York and New Jersey?
Oklahoma and Texas.
Water.
Oklahoma and Texas, I think that's the Red River.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
So, like again, this idea of you not being able to go into a city, it's not far fetched.
Right.
Oh, if you go down 20 and you head to Augusta, if Augusta sits on the one side of the Savannah River, and South Carolina is literally on the other side of the river. Like literally, South Carolina over. You can stand on. Like if you're on this side of the river, you be like, "Well, that's South Carolina right there. That's South Carolina right there. Yeah, right across the street. You know, that's South Carolina right there. It ain't hard to keep you in an area. You try. New York is gonna have a hard time, man.
Hey, they showed you that in the pandemic that we spoke about last week. When the pandemic hit, people from New York can't get into Connecticut, and people from Florida, they couldn't get into Georgia. It was a roadblock, man.
That was a beta test. That was a beta test to show you how separated and how they're gonna shut down your emotions, man. Bro, that's why we say we fuck with our state.
Right.
I mean, we hate it all, but you get my point of it is, it's like at a certain point, you gotta just know where you at and just stay there. Yeah. This ain't really the time to be figuring out new grounds and shit. Like, what the hell do I look like now all of a sudden just going to Arizona? I don't get me wrong, everybody got their plays and their ways in life, but it's to a point where you know your rounds, you know your city, you know your region. Because it's gonna get to a point where you're gonna be stuck to your region. Would you rather be stuck somewhere that you know or stuck somewhere that you don't know?
Right.
I know here. Get what I'm saying? I couldn't maneuver through Tennessee the same way I maneuver through here. Everything is a spirit, okay? Keep going with that.
Verse
2nd Ezra 15, verse 17 again. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled.
Yeah, the city shall be troubled, man. The scriptures say pride cometh before destruction. And these cities are proud, man. These major ass cities, man. That's why you people are still trying to bring your asses here.
Man, bro.
Or any major city for that matter. But again, see what cuts? I was watching something recently and about water, right? And matter of fact, when you go to Amos 4:7, I believe. Because when you deal with water, right? See, 50, 60 years ago, a city like Phoenix, right? Like Phoenix, Arizona. It's a desert. But you know what? It could survive whatever was to come its way because it was only like in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, maybe 40 years ago, there might have been less than 1 million people in Phoenix, Arizona. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. But now, fast forward, 30 years later, and these cities are packed to the fullness, man. It's almost 8 to 10 million people in Atlanta.
Bro.
In county, in metro Atlanta, there's like 8 to 10 million people here. It wasn't as many people here. There wasn't 10 million people in Atlanta 30 years ago.
It was like 2 million people like back in the day.
It was like 2 million
in Atlanta.
Same thing with Phoenix, they were saying the same thing because they're experiencing a water drought. So it's like 4+ million people in Arizona today versus a couple years ago, 20, 30 years before everybody realized, oh, Phoenix is such an amazing place. That's all America is now. Atlanta, LA, Texas.
Right.
You just saw, that's how you know Texas is gonna start shutting borders down. Like, nah, you can't come in, man. You can't come. Because what happened when that storm came through Texas a few years ago? The weather, the grid went out. The grid went out about 2 years ago when they had that.
You talking about the snowstorm?
Yeah. That was last year.
Yeah, that was last year. Yeah, that was last year.
Beginning of last year, Texas got hit with that ice storm, and their grid was messed up. It's another thing too. These grids aren't capable of handling the overflood of people. It's millions more people in these major cities.
Yeah. And if I can say, even the country of Chile, which is Naphtali, you got a water shortage, man. It's been a water shortage for a decade. So, like, you look at Chile, it's more like a mountainous region. You know what I'm saying? You got the Andes Mountains and whatever. They suffering a drought for 10 years. So that's a country of I think it's 20 million people. So imagine America with 330 million Americans.
Come on, man. That consume. Right? You read that in Amos.
Amos 4,
Amos 4:7.
Amos chapter 4 verse 7. And also I have withholden the rain from you when there were yet 3 months to the harvest, and I caused it to rain upon one city. And it caused it not to rain upon another city.
And we're in this weather system. What is it? El Nino.
Right. Yeah.
You have El Nino, but we're in El Nino right now, which is causing the West Coast to experience, like, once in a lifetime droughts.
Right.
There's areas on the West Coast now that water levels are so low that dead bodies are starting to show in these reservoirs.
God damn.
I saw something else earlier where someplace water is so low, like, because Esau was drowning these cities at one point. There's a lot of cities underneath these, like Lake Lanier. Yeah. That's not just Lake Lanier. There's plenty of places like that around the country. But then now there's like cities, just fucking cities appearing out of nowhere because it's no water. Of a fucking murder, man. That was probably from 4 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. They solving crimes. But this scripture is going into the fact that the Lord's going to withhold rain. See, with us over here, to a certain extent, we get plenty of rain. You know, I mean, although we as well are under a drought as well, but really nothing in comparison to California, New Mexico, Midwest. And you know what else water does? Water supplies energy. They set up these dams to do what? Create electricity. So that's feeding into the what? Also the fact that they're going to be lack of energy, blackouts. All right, read it again from the top.
Amos 4 and 7. And also I have withholden the rain from you when there were yet 3 months to the harvest.
Yeah, because the scriptures let us know that what? The Lord in the law said that he would give you the due rain in its due season. See, the Lord is in control of the rain. The Lord is in control of the elements, the weather, all of this. So the Lord knows that if you're a farmer and you need 100 days of rain for your crop, and you only got 20, that's a problem. That's a major problem. So the Lord said, see, that's how you know the Lord got everything covered. The Lord is withholding the rain in certain areas, mainly the West Coast and those areas, because, again, where does most of our food come from?
California.
Yeah. 90% of all the bell peppers in America come from California. Certain fruits, all of them come from California.
That's why he's doing
Avocados.
And that's why he's doing Ukraine.
The wheat. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It all goes hand in hand. All right?
Yet 3 months to the harvest, and I will cause it to rain upon one city, and cause it not to rain upon another city.
Now, when we get rain here, what happened? This shit turned into a water world.
Yeah.
A little bit of rain come here. 10 minutes of a hard rain have your car floating down the river. Your car becomes a car boat. That street, the yard is flooded. Okay? But then you got other cities that's dry as a bone, man. Ain't no rain. Ain't no water. California now they got restrictions. You can't water your yards and do all that extra shit, man.
You remember those restrictions here in Georgia? I remember when they had water restrictions. You couldn't water your lawn.
You get fined if you do it on. It was like if you got your days are like one side of the yard was like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
I remember growing up in Texas, they had restrictions too, and you could only water your like lawn at night or like
Early in the morning.
because it wouldn't evaporate.
Yeah. See, Esau gonna start when he's water. See, right now, gasoline's a big deal right now. Gasoline is needed. It's needed to get stuff in to your cities. It's needed for you to get to and from the work and so on and so forth. So right now, the priority is gas prices. But when these cities start to let us know that there is no water out here, right? They cutting water off, and they're gonna be cutting the power off and the water in certain parts of the city. You people are gonna freak out. Matter of fact, okay, perfect. Get that in what is that in is that Ciroc 39? The chief items, the principal things, right? Where's that
I think it's like 37, I believe.
principal things of life, wine, water.
Ecclesiastes 39.
39. I said 29.
Ecclesiastes 39.
17.
That's up high. This is I got it. Ecclesiastes 39 and 26. It says, the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water.
Oh, you hear that? The first thing listed is water. You need water. You need water to wash your ass. You need water to wash cuts, clean stuff. You need water to hydrate yourself.
Right.
What are we, like 70% water? You know, you can go a week without food, but your ass can't go more than 24 hours or 30 hours. I think it's like a couple days. I think it's
Water.
It's 72 hours with no water, and your ass gonna turn into a fucking raisin. That's what I'm saying. This shit is goddamn. You gotta stop. They really need to put a light.
Light.
Really, they put a roundabout right there. It would solve all the problems. But that's why Esau, you're through, right? So the scriptures say the principal things is water. Keep going.
It says water, fire,
Fire. What is fire? Fire isn't just simply, you know, a flame. Fire is waste energy. Electricity. All those things kind of hold
They got the right on so it's clear. See, blowing in the wintertime, if you can't make a fire, you're dead. It doesn't matter if you have food, water. If you can't make a fire, you're dead.
You know, my show, I might have to get back on it. Alone. That show Alone, when they drop their ass off in the middle of a deserted place in Alaska or Canada. They drop them off to their campsite. The first thing that they do when they get to their campsite is try to make a fire. It's a fire.
Or get water.
I was gonna say water. I mean, if you know that there's a river or a stream over there, that's not really a priority. But that fire, man, okay, like you said, if you in a cold region like Canada, you better have that fire at night.
Right.
You need fire to cook, to keep warm.
Because fire is not a natural resource. It takes several different elements to make a fire. What? You need oxygen for fire.
Yeah.
And you also need
Dry sticks.
some type of fuel. So, like you said, the natural stuff, that's gonna be there, like the plants and the water, shrubs. But to actually create a fire, that's gonna be.
That'd be the first thing. That'd be the first thing on that show Alone they do. They get dropped off, they survey the area, and they try to start a fire. And then they start with their shelter. You don't start with shelter and then at the end of the night, when you worked out and you tired, now it's like I'm gonna take my sticks and nah, that's not how it works. You do that first and you maintain that fire. All right? Keep going with that.
It says
And brothers try to get a fire started.
Hell
Keep one in your
yeah.
house.
Hell yeah.
Put in the group, the brothers keep a couple bags of coal in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You really like
Spirit.
when we grill, we dump the whole fucking bag and then
Yeah, you don't do that.
right? But then you know you be done with your cooking food and shit, and then you let the fire sit. That shit sit about 6 hours before it burn out. 6-7 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You really just need a few coals. You know what I'm saying? Some sticks and some shrubs. You got a good little fire right there for a little.
Buy some lighters, keep them. Get you some matches. You know, cover them in wax so they don't get, wet. You know what I'm saying? This is not me fear-mongering. This is a scripture. It's a principle thing. Your ass can't make fire in the midst of something. You fuck.
Man, you know what? It's like, you just listen, man. What do you think Joseph did? He knew that there was a famine coming. What did he do? He prepared for it. Yeah, he put enough away for, I believe, 8 years before it came. So, stop. Okay, that's right. All things is written before time for our learning, for our understanding.
You better make sure,
water, fire, iron.
Iron. Iron is a metal. It's a hard metal. Keep going.
And salt.
Oh, salt. Keep some. I
Reserve.
say this too. You go to the store, go get you a few of the big things with Himalayan salt. Just keep it in your house.
Preserves.
Preserves.
It brings moisture out of things.
Yeah.
What's that?
Salt.
Salt is important, man.
You can preserve your meat with salt.
It's so many things. Just keep it some salt. I hit you with this. You want to eat, right? I don't know about y'all, but I'm telling you, you love all your paprikas, and garlic powders, and all that shit. But really, all you truly need is salt and pepper. But if you just got salt, you'll still be happy.
Yeah.
So I mean, even salt brings out a betterment of the food.
Regardless of what people say, you are salt.
Yeah.
They say we are garlic powder.
They said the garlic powder. You know what I'm saying? They didn't call us the Italian seasoning of the earth. Right? The salt. Keep going.
Flour of wheat.
Flour of wheat. Bread. Right? Flour. You can do, man, you know all the things you can do with flour? Bro, you can make breads. You can make
Fried chicken.
you can fry things. You can cook things. I mean, think about with flour, you can make cakes, cookies, dough, pie, pizza. You can do everything. Chips. You know what I'm saying? Tortillas. Having some flour in the house might not hurt you in that time either. A little bit of water, a little bit of flour, a little bit of salt. Next thing you know, you got flat bread. Right. You literally have bread.
Beautiful.
A little bit of heat. You cook it on the top of on a flat stove. Now you got like
naan bread. Hell yeah, that's the best bread.
Hey, and all that is just icing on the cake. All you really need is rice and beans and some meat. You'll be happy, especially in time of taking trouble. You ain't finna,
That's right.
You know, we saying this, but all you need is the bare necessity.
Well, this is the bare necessity.
That's what I'm saying. So even with that, it doesn't hurt to throw a bag of flour in your house.
Yeah.
Hey,
Who the holler?
I gotta get that. That's that. Hey, the water, man. I gotta
You
get
can see,
that.
but the brother's right.
Yeah.
Like beans, rice, these things, but nevertheless, it don't hurt. Like you said, when you really understand these things, I did a lesson on this the other day. Go to Academy Sports and just walk around. We always talk about it. Go to Academy, y'all brothers, if you get a chance, there's one near you. Go to it and just walk around.
Yeah, look throughout the whole store.
Look through the whole store.
The whole store. I'm telling you. You be like, oh shit.
You be like, yeah, $500 a change. Man, $500 a man.
You on the level.
You on a level.
Way up there.
Tent, all that shit.
You on a level.
Fishing rod, all that.
And that's not, but like in your mind, you're like, no. Go, I'm talking about shit is cheap, bro. This shit is the we're talking about is not. You don't need $1,000 to get really any of these things that's being listed right here.
Yeah.
You go into, like you said, Academy Sports. You don't need $3, $4, $5, $6, $10,000 to get some things. Now that's how you know we're not preppers. That's how you know we're not preppers. Preppers are on a level. I was watching something the other day. These two Edomites got $2,500 amount of ammo a month.
See, what we're taught us how to, you taught us how to survive.
Right.
We just need enough to make it out of here. We need enough for that time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need enough for that time.
That's it. You good? Keep going, brother. Honey is an antibacterial. Honey don't go bad. Honey is an energy source. You give yourself a teaspoon of honey, and that's natural energy. You take a teaspoon of honey, if you got a sore throat, it'll help. Allergies, so many things. So it doesn't go bad.
John the Baptist.
John the Baptist. Come on now. So really, keep you a thing of honey in the house too.
Exactly.
You can put the
Yep.
honey on the bread.
Natural sweetener.
I'm just saying.
That's real.
Yo, Jay like that sweet
Biscuits
shit.
and honey. Biscuits and honey.
Jay like biscuits. My mama biscuits.
Come on now. Keep going, bro. Blood of the grapes, wine. Keep you a little bit of strong drink in the house. Keep you a little bit of wine in the house. Because what does the scripture say in Timothy? That if your stomach hurts, stop drinking water and have wine. Wine has benefits to it outside of just getting you tipsy. Wine really, you're supposed to drink a glass of wine every
Yeah, I was
day.
gonna say Esau even do his little study that shows you really it's healthy to have a glass every day.
It gives you the wisdom of the wine in Ecclesiastes 31. It tells you to drink it in moderation. It's good for you.
Come on now. So again, you might want to keep you a little bit of liquor in the house.
It's good for you.
Good for your mood. One thing in the movies when you see when all hell breaks loose, people don't give a fuck about food, they want a bottle.
Hey, alcohol, like liquor, wine, whatever, is good for injuries.
Yeah.
You get hurt, take a shot, put a little bit of that tequila on the wound, clean it, wrap it up. You saw that in Bushwick.
That's right.
Cause he what happened to him? He
He hurt, I think he like got cut or something.
did he get
in the
cut
very
or
beginning.
what happened to his hand?
No, I think it was his leg.
Yeah, his leg.
Leg.
On the roof, but it was on the roof.
Yeah, exactly.
They was on the
trying
roof.
to get away from the Edomites.
Yeah.
And
Might have got shot.
I think he got shot.
Yeah.
And then he something, I don't know if he took any liquor or anything, but I think he poured
poured
some
something on
type of alcohol
He
on it.
poured it on in the yep.
He bit on something and Cap Carter, how we say it?
I'm telling you.
Carterized, yeah.
So that these are things that help. Okay, keep going.
Through.
What is this a thing?
You got something, bro? Go ahead.
Also, with the liquor, you take it and put your herbs in it, make tinctures to make it flavor.
Beautiful.
Go, bro. That's a whole nother level of it, right? You can make tension.
Oh yeah, with the I think Tazwan put it in the group text with the when she put the alcohol and she put the oregano in it, and she said that you can cure a lot of diseases and a lot of ailments with oregano.
And she just made oil of oregano. It was just straight oil of oregano. Yeah. Taking some oregano that you get from the store and some oil, because the scriptures speak about oil. I think the scripture speaks about oil too. Yeah.
It says butter the grape and oil.
Yeah, oil. Come on now. Oil can anoint you.
Yep.
Oil is good for you. You need to cook in it. You need a little fats. That's another thing that alone taught me. That show alone, I'm telling y'all brothers, man, you got some time, dive into that, man. You know, put you in that spirit of that day, man. And that show, if you don't got enough fats, who the fuck cares how much meat? Right. That's I watched one season of that and it blew my mind when the Edomite, he literally killed a moose. You think, oh, I'm straight. He had a whole moose, man. Killed it, chopped it up, had moose meat on moose meat. He had it buried, had it situated. But he had no fat because moose meat is a very lean meat, like deer. Venison is the same thing too. It's not a lot of fat in venison. So you can eat a lot of meat and it just be straight protein, and you still are in an insufficient your macros. Straight. Anybody that works out knows about macros. You know, your proteins, your carbs, and your fats. Right. You need all three of those. So in that day, what's going to be killing a lot of people? One of the three. Right. Malnutrition. Whether you don't got no fat, you ain't got no fat. So
People don't really eat nuts like that.
it's a good source of fat. All right, you need fats. Okay, butter, oil. Oil is a fat.
Butter, you get, he said milk.
Yeah.
You can get butter.
Churn the milk and make butter. You see how this is. That's why when we say the prepping, really, bro, we're not on the level of prep, man. All right, we're not preppers. All right, what you're trying to do is just apply original scriptures.
Right.
You
Yeah.
ain't nobody out here ain't spending $2,500. I mean, ain't none of us spending $2,500 on one thing. All right, finish that off. And clothing. Go to academies. Tell me, go to academy. They got nice raincoat. They got clothes. They got camos, boots.
They don't.
If you got the time to do that, but think about it. I try to my best to have in my mind. I'm like, yo, I need to give me an outfit for that day. Have you a pair of boots?
Hell yeah.
Have a good pair of cargo pants.
Sewing kit.
Have them. That's what the brother just said. Yeah, but no, that's a spirit.
Well, you know what? Like, you know, they got those little plastic sewing cases that got the needle and the thread.
Throw it in your bug out bag.
Yeah, I forget where it came from.
Come on now. Go on.
27. All these things are good to the godly. So to the sinners, they are turned into evil.
See, these things be the things that take out what the principal things of life to us is a good thing. So with that, we're going to close it up, man. We're going to give all the glory and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
All right, double honors unto our apostles and elders. Until next time, Lord willing, shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah.